Computer. There we go. And we're off. Oh my god, guys. All right. I'm gonna give you guys the three experience. You obviously did all the things. You supported each other. You found out a lot of information. There's a lot here, and yeah, you got 3 points base. And now for the other experience, we're gonna talk about failures. Honestly, Eddie is the only one that got 6, the total, with the 3 and the 3 experience from game. Everybody else got 4 total. They got like 1 fail each.
What are people sitting at an EXP, by the way?
I think
23.
yeah.
I'm at
26.
24. No, 23. I'm at 23.
26.
That sounds about right.
I think I added my failures as I went.
Okay,
So I'm going to say that it's 23, and I'm not going to add 4 more.
okay. If you believe you added them as you went, then that's fine.
I just don't want to say, actually, I had 8 experience this time and cheat this. I'm not going to do that. I believe that's what happened. It's been a while, but 23 sounds about right. Claire actually doesn't. Like, some days I don't fail, and other days I fail spectacularly.
Oh yeah. Well, last time you didn't really fail until it was really important, and then
most important one.
and then you really failed.
It's okay. Nothing. There's no possible consequences
None.
of having a demon in your head. That's not gonna fuck her up at all, guys. I swear.
Only is it a demon in your head, it is a demon that is known for reading minds and has done before. So this is great. You guys are doing great.
I will try my best to will save against this, but that's all I'll say. I will try my best.
So the only person I haven't heard from is Zeppo. Zeppo, what are you at for experience? And also, did you account for the new experience?
Yeah, you said plus 3 experience.
Total 4 because of the 1 failure from last time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll adjust that.
Okay.
So, what you're asking? What is my?
What is your pile of experience? Because most people seem to be sitting around 20 plus.
Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second.
That's fine. I might even slightly adjust yours. Oh, okay.
I have 29.
You didn't spend a lot, probably. He probably had a time where he didn't buy anything.
I haven't spent anything in a long time.
Okay. So, but it's still in the 20 to 30 range. Okay, that's fine. Oh man, we're gonna dive right into this. Let me double check to make sure Alex hasn't said anything. He has not. Well, he is in Boston and probably with his friend. So, yeah. Let's see now. Notes. I love that I can actually close the Zoom window and look at other stuff. Before it used to be frozen, and now they actually made it so that I can like move it around and stuff. So that is great. All right. This is probably going to be first. It's Derek focused, I guess. So, at first you thought, and you're probably still right, that this guy was a madman. Like this Warsong was a madman, and he is in respect. But you notice as he's chopping through your bag, there are pink pulsing veins and stuff in your bag. So the curse or whatever it was spreading through your whole bag. So he is actually chopping your bag apart on purpose. Yep. So just so you know. Yep. Or else the crystal couldn't have been exposed because it was inside a jar last time you checked. And yeah, so he is like just chopping the crap out of your bag, and like his sword is like glowing with like some sort of symbols. If you had like the right kind of language skills and things, you might know what that is, but basically he's just chopping away at your bag at the moment.
Sure.
In a short while, he looks up and locks eyes with Claire. And he goes, and he doesn't talk very much, but he goes, I'm against outright murder of a child, but if you do not deal with this, I will. And he sort of takes like a stance.
Oh shit.
Sorry, Claire.
Well, he's there. Like
Derek is going to say, killing her isn't going to kill it. So
he's not sure.
Well, I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'm telling you, killing her is not going to kill it. So if you kill her, you're dead next.
Okay. So as that fight breaks out, uh, Claire basically like does the thing where she fully gets up. Oh, is this ironic? The body of the one person you want to save. And I'm in her body. And he looks around. Don't think for 1 second I've forgotten the burn she did to my suit. No, no, no. This will be fun. Oh, so much fun. He smirks with an unnatural grin. Now, sleep, you children. And everyone can roll against magical sleep. Basically, you're rolling magical to not fall into a dream. Because you've accessed a part of her powers and amplified it.
Is Warsong also making this roll?
I will get to Warsong and what he does. But first, we need to deal with your rolls.
Alright.
And of course, when he said, "Now sleep, you children," he went like deeper in his voice and like octavely, and then echoed out.
Mhm.
That's a
I
7
rolled a-
I rolled a
mystical.
10.
Okay. Did nobody failed?
Nope.
Okay. Just making sure. Um. No, Nick was kind of like I'm gonna say Nick's past. It hits Warsong, and then okay, it hits Warsong, and like his skin lights up, and then the spell kind of whooshes over him.
hmm
It looks like he's got some sort of tattoos under his clothes that are also glowing.
hmm
Okay, the next thing that happens is Claire's spider legs, you know, like the ones that she has, grow to about twice the size of a player, and she like stands up on those spider legs, and then looks down at you guys. All right.
Mhm.
Now, that's out of the way, and the last thing that happens is since everybody got the nightmare, you notice that the three slumbering forms are starting to move a little bit, and like twitch a little bit in their sleep. They're probably going to be up in a couple of rounds, or one round or two.
That's the slime.
Yeah, because everybody got the nightmare,
Mhm.
including the slime.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah, that we still have to deal with that.
Oh yeah, it's all
Oh fuck.
it's all here. All the gang's all here, and people are beaten up, and it's all gonna be a bad time.
You had
Now.
listened. You had listened to the episode. Did I end up calling the minion
Calling which minion?
the dog?
Oh no, because you realize how long it would take to get there.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm going to just let that one fall, and
Okay.
I'm going to call a different minion here now.
Okay.
if
Well,
I
we
can do that.
we can start a combat order because, like, again, she
Mhm.
got do all. They did all that. So yes,
Mhm,
we can
mhm.
start with you,
Just
David.
so you know,
want to
that's what
summon
I'm-
you want
what
to
I'm
summon a
thinking.
new minion.
Yep.
Trying to think what's dead and could be around here to use.
I mean, there's got to be the carcass of something, even if it's been long dead.
Yeah, just
right?
make me like a standard magic roll that we use for that kind of thing, and just don't try to fail miserably, or else it'll be a squirrel or something.
All right, so I rolled a 10, so that's a 12. Starting out good.
Okay. With the 12, I'll let you modify it. Also, you're going to get a power point because you rolled a 12 total. Because anytime you roll a 12, in some respect, I think you get a power point. So
Oh.
you're going.
Now, is
Yeah.
it only if you roll a 12, or is it if you roll
I think
above
it's if
a
you
12?
basically a 12 or above is like getting
Oh.
a power point. Is like a
'Cause
critical.
That magic thing I just rolled, I rolled a 13 on.
That's fine. That is just it's I believe anytime you get above a 12, we got a
So
critical.
I'm saying the one to save against whatever he just tried to do, I got a 13 on.
All right, then
So I got a
count the
13
other
and then I got a-
count the other point that you got, and
All right, well,
you're gonna
definitely
need
keep
all of those
that in mind.
anyway. Gonna
Yep. So I've
Uh,
got 2 of those now.
Okay, so here's what I'll say:
Cool.
a large rabbit, about hutch rabbit, comes up, and the bones come up. Now, because it's a critical, you can modify it in pretty much any normal way. What I mean is, you could make it large enough to be a horse, but you can't make it large enough to, I don't know, be a bus. You know, like you could unnatural
Yeah.
but not like absurd.
I'm gonna have it grow antlers, so it becomes a what are those called? I forget. It's a rabbit with
Jackrabbit?
Jackal-
Jackalope?
Just like a
a
jackalope.
jackalope. Yeah, a jackalope. Yeah,
Jackalope rabbit.
yeah. So it's just like it gets these like crazy long legs, and its arms get longer. It's a little bit bigger than a normal human, but it's also got antlers. So
Okay,
well,
so
that feels on theme.
so you have your jackalope. Now we'll go down. There's a lot going on, Eddie, but how's things? What you want to do in
So
this situation?
there's like some magic being thrown at us.
So-
Warsong has wards.
This, but the person that doesn't really like to believe in magic, there's a lot going on
There's a
here.
lot of magic stuff happening, and it's all very confusing.
I mean, taken individually, these things would be like, okay, you could say, okay, this is caused by this, and this is caused by this, but because they're all happening at the same time, it's very hard to figure out where one starts and the other ends. But anyway, what is your action during all this? Grab someone and flee? I don't know. Just a thought.
I don't have to like roll like a wits about me, do I?
Ooh. No, this is just. Here's the thing. You just literally just ended a fight with a horrible monstrosity that changed forms in this. You've already taken a lot of shock, and that's the same thing for everyone around. No one else is going to make a second roll for Claire, giant spider Claire, because, like, I mean, after that, right, it's like one after the other. You're kind of like, okay, I've taken a lot of hits already. So, like, this is just absurdness. That's all.
Okay. Phew.
Unless
So
you just actively cast fear or something, which I'm not
Would-
saying you will. Um,
so how? Okay. So Eleanor, the blob is just.
is not awake yet, but if it is exposed to the same nightmare as everybody else, that would wake you up from being asleep.
Okay. Can I roll and I know what you did on Eleanor? Do I have enough information?
You have a good chunk, yeah, but she's not actually awake yet. I don't know if that'll affect what you decide.
It doesn't really. No, because I'd like to know more about Eleanor. Like,
Sure.
just think about that
You
while
can-
everything's happening around me.
I know what you did. Is that the one that's like you go into their past? Let me see.
It's okay. It's on page. Let's see here. It's on page 20.
Get a book. Ooh, early page. Nice. All right, let me see. Physical books. I don't have a physical book for one of the games I'm running, and it's going to be annoying to go through PDFs, but that is how it rolls. Let's see.
Yeah. You keep
know what
tabs
you
on
did.
everyone, foes and friends alike. You can roll plus mental to see if you have notes on any individuals that you commonly interact with. That's why I ask.
Oh, yeah, all right. That seems good. You're trying to just dig up more dirt.
Yeah. Because we're still in a fight that involves Eleanor.
Yeah. Why is it not the same page? Okay. Okay, let me know when you've rolled for that. I was trying to figure out why page 20 doesn't bring me to the right thing, but it doesn't matter. I'll assume that you're reading it correctly.
Yeah, that's a 9.
Okay. So you want to know more about Eleanor?
Yeah, more as to pertains to her current situation. Like, she seems like we saw those memories where she had interacted with her mother who died, and then there was a whole bunch of stuff that we saw.
Yeah.
Yes.
The best way, the things that Course code in the background.
Sorry.
Toby is trying to contact us. Yes, Toby.
Yeah, that was me. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just funny that it goes randomly in the background. Yeah. So you've got information on Eleanor. It's not like she was completely secret. You know a lot of the things, like she was in the literature. She ran the literature club. She had friends. Um, one of the things that they talk about a little bit is that her mother was like a stay-at-home mom. Like she was like kind of like a drunk and a smoker, and but she wanted her kid to be like normal kids, and so whatever that could be defined as, I suppose. And um, based on the things you've got now and a few interactions you've had with them, you might feel that they were like on the border of like both a mental breakdown and like maybe some gender identity things going on. And so there was like that's where you feel like that she was at, based on what you know. Now, um, whatever happened with her mother probably just pushed her like too far, and that like she like flipped like some sort of mental, either schizophrenic or maybe that was her all along, you know, or them all along, and so there's something happened there.
Okay, so with Eleanor, she had a breakdown, or her mother?
Eleanor had kind of like the breakdown at that moment when she dealt with her mother, but she'd always had kind of stress from that side of the family.
Got it. About her gender identity, you said?
Yeah, so you can tell from the clues that you've gotten so far is that Eleanor is in a state of where they don't understand who they are or what gender they fall into, or which would explain
Right.
if you're a really deeply psychological person and you're really thinking about it, they are a literal fluid. They don't know where they are. They don't know where they sit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so it is part of why you've noticed all of the forms so far of the things that you've met are manifestations in some way of how their problems play out. Nick, while he had problems with gardening, he literally became a tree. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Okay, this is lining up.
Okay. Like I said, a very hard boss to explain, but very cool execution. That's how I feel about it. All right. So that's what you. If does that help at all? Is that
Yes,
but notes?
yes, it
Okay.
does.
Cool. Okay.
Thank you.
I would say Claire, but she's got a couple more combat rounds before anything. Dean, what are you up to?
Um, Dean is going to not flee, but he's going to take to the air, and he's going to try to,
Yeah, you're really
kind of,
really beat up. Yeah. All right.
yeah, he's really beat up, so he's just going to kind of take to the air and try to like swarm above so Claire is in her spider form now.
Claire, it was in her like had spider legs and was in a spider form sort of from her waist down, but like she grew immensely tall from her legs, so her legs got long and spindly like a
Yeah,
queen
okay.
spider, and is like taking up much more height than
So
before.
what Dean wants to do is he wants to take flight and sort of fly close to Claire to try to like kind of swarm around her to distract her from potentially like attacking anybody,
Okay.
or to give other people a chance to do something. Dean doesn't feel like he's in any shape to really do anything, so he's just going to be like an annoying gnat, and he's
Right.
going to kind of like hover around her.
Okay. Oh man, there's so many people to keep track of. All right. Nick takes the fence that he was building and kind of like transforms it into like a more of like a wooden net and throws it over the goo over there. And he doesn't know if it's gonna hold them, but he's gonna try. So he's like trying to entrap it. Um, he's kind of like using what's around, so the roots are gonna try to trap it. It's goo though, so it's probably not gonna hold very well. Um, man, what does the lizard man do in all this? The person that he's observing. Oh, okay, gotcha. The person that he's observing has gone over the edge, and now he has to figure out what to do with himself. Um, man, okay. He looks like he reaches around a space on his suit and pulls out a large metal Metallica something that like fits her hands, but awkwardly, and has like lightning stuff coming off the end of it. Little aside, lizard men are also known for having something called a lightning gun. They don't really use it that often because it's barbaric and awful, but they have one. And so he has drawn a weapon. That is his route. What does... Nah, he's busy. He's busy, like, deflecting magic and doing stuff. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Warsong spends around the rest of the round carving the ground? Whatever that means. And then the round begins again. But the best way to say what things happen is... What would we do in this situation? I'm just trying to keep track here. They're waking up. Doesn't need to do that. No, torturing Derek is probably the best way. He attempts to lock eyes with Derek's character. Derek, what do? I assume you're going to try to resist whatever he's doing to you.
No, not.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to look him right in the eyes.
Really?
Yep. I was already thinking about doing something along these lines, so he wants to match wits with me. I feel like I should probably get into his head, and hopefully I can get in there.
So you don't resist what he's doing?
Nope.
Okay. Roll physical.
Roll physical?
Mm-hmm. It wasn't a mental attack, and I didn't change it suddenly. So.
Okay. Well, all right. I mean, if I knew that he was doing something that was physical, I would resist that.
Okay.
But you said you looked. You said because you said he looked at me, so I thought it was like, okay, he's like doing
it's
that
still
mental thing.
It's still a magical attack, and he's still locking eyes with you, but it's not what you thought it was. I will let you roll a resistance.
No, that's fine. So I'm doing physical.
Yeah, it's physical.
All right. That's actually a 9.
Okay.
I don't think I have any plus to it, but it's a 9.
You thought he was trying to grasp at your mind. That it was not what he was trying to do. He was trying to enter you and shake your bones, basically. So he was trying to crush you internally.
Oh, okay.
So he was doing some evil demon stuff right there.
Yeah. So like I imagine Derek kind of like falters and probably falls to a knee and just continues to stare at him.
Well, you said you passed, right? So you're not
did.
Okay.
No, I did, but I mean I got a 9. I'm not taking damage. I'm just saying that like he falters and like falls to a knee, for the dramatic effect.
Right.
But he's just going to continue to lock eyes with him and try to like goat him into continuing to come at him.
Okay. I gave him 2 actions. So the other one is he kind of does. You ever see a spider hop, like where they like bend down? He bends down, pops up, and then something you've never seen before. Behind the dress that Claire usually wears, you see big insect wings come out. And it starts, and that's his other action.
He just basically flies away.
No, he hopped up and he's getting a view of the field. So he's not flying away. He's just looking at you guys. That, and then Warsong's still busy, and they're not awake. Okay, group again. Do you want to start with? Yeah, we'll start with David again. Derek. Derek. Yeah, something. He's still kind of looking at you, but what do you want to do?
I don't know how much you'll let me play with my telekinetic ability, but now that he is focused on me, I want to try to look into his mind and find Claire. I'm trying to connect with Claire.
I will allow that. However, on a failure, that will be not really great because you're basically locking minds with a mind demon. So, okay. Like,
is this going to be a magical thing?
It's still a magical ability. Your telepathy. Quick question: are you turning your telepathy off for everybody else while you do that?
Yeah, I will definitely do that.
Turn
'cause
off
I
the
don't want,
radio when you okay.
yeah, I don't
Dial
want
in.
everyone else to get messed up by
Possibly
this.
exposed by it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just
And give me 1 second. I am going to use one of my PowerPoints.
yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Good idea, right? So that will give me a +3. Come on, roll it.
No snake eyes. No snake.
Okay, so that's an 8 plus
Okay.
3, so that's an 11.
Okay. You're gonna try. Are you like aggressively like trying to tear Claire out, or are you trying to just sort of poke around in there?
I was just trying to reach in to find her.
Okay.
If I have to be a little bit aggressive, I will,
Okay.
because I assume that whatever I'm bumping up against would be his mind.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for her so that I can give her some assistance on fighting back at him.
Perfect. And we'll admit Alex. 1 second. I'm just gonna catch him up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello, sorry I'm late. I didn't see the time.
It happens. We just basically, you just spent the round or two kind of like staring at like the situation, because this is quite a mess. So it's not like you couldn't be shocked by what's going on. I'm gonna say you get 4 experience from last time, so we'll catch that part up.
Okay.
And I'm going to briefly describe the situation. Since not a ton has happened, I just had to do a lot of tracking. So basically, Claire got up with bright red eyes. Her body glowed for a second, and then her legs grew really long, and she grew about 2 or 3 times her height. And then basically had a villain speech where, they talked down to Derek's character because he doesn't like him or likes him. You're not quite sure what that situation is. And basically, there's another problem with Eleanor's 3 pieces. They are slowly waking up because of the nightmare that they were involved in. And lastly, Warsong is doing something with the ground. I don't know. He after deflecting some sort of magical attack, he decided to basically pray and do stuff on the ground. And that's what he's been doing for the last round or 2. And yeah, I'm gonna just let you do your turn, and then we'll go from there. You were basically just spending time, I guess, being dumbfounded. You're a very analytical-minded person. This is everywhere. This is a mess.
So yeah, let me just apologize everyone for being late and for me wasting a bit of time here. But so yeah, let me just say back to you so that I think I understand what happened. The last thing we saw is the I guess the spirit of the thing
a portion of Phidias's power escaped a gem and entered Claire's body.
Yeah, but since since there is nowhere to return, it can't jump out.
Right.
And then immediately after, I'm guessing this is immediately after.
Yep.
She has swelled twice in size.
Yes.
Like just like a giant, like a big giantess.
Like mostly it was her top body is pretty much normal. It's her legs that have extended about 3 times the size.
Okay, so a big stilts.
Big stilts.
And then Warsong is doing a war song of some sort.
He is doing some sort of thing. No one has really checked up on him. He thought about trying to attack Claire directly, but he thinks that he's going to let you guys try to deal with that first, and then he'll go in if they can't deal with it.
The last thing that he was told to do was to attack the
bag.
The gem.
Yeah.
And then he's just like hacking. He was hacking at it.
Yeah. He spent. He did finish that. He also hacked all of Derek's bag apart because it was infected. So
course.
his entire bag was destroyed, and all books and things in it.
Gotcha.
Yep.
And then, sorry, I think there's one thing that you mentioned that
Sure.
I think I'm missing.
Oh, Eleanor's pieces, the three of them, are slowly waking up because of the nightmare state that everybody was put in under. So of course they get affected too.
Right, and so
Also, Claire is actually flying.
Oh well, we're getting to that, and then Claire has basically spider hopped up and extended kind of like insect wings, and is like doing like boss music stuff probably because they're like flying around, you know.
Right. Gotcha. Well, I'm just gonna be my me analytical self.
Yeah.
And I guess let me just open all the goddamn things and all the stuff because
Sure.
the cheat sheet.
Yeah.
Just because I remember the right things. But I guess it would be either glimpse the truth. I keep remember there's like two things. It's like seek the truth or
Yeah, glimpse the truth or the be vigilant. Those are the two you're probably thinking of.
yeah.
'Cause-
I mean at this point, I don't see any threats, like not at least not like obvious that are about to hit me. So I think it's glimpse the truth since
No, it apparently hasn't attacked you yet, probably because you looked like you were stunned already. You know what I mean? It's like, why hit the target that's not going anywhere?
The giant.
The giant bug has not attempted to do anything. It tried to do something to Derek where it made his bones ache. The best equivalent of what he did is if you were a doctor, which you're not a doctor, he messed with his nervous system and made his bones ache. Basically, he'd be like loading his body, his nervous system.
Wait, this is who did that?
The Spider Claire locked eyes with him and then tried to make his nervous system overload. Basically,
Yeah,
through his eyes,
gotcha.
he was trying to
Oh.
like mess with his whole internal body.
Oh, yikes! That's a big yikes. I mean, so I still feel like I gotta
Yeah.
figure out what the weakness here is. So, like, I mean, I guess I can be vigilant against this
Okay.
nervous system attack.
Well, okay. Well, it hasn't
Yeah.
attacked you. It only did that one. Apparently, it doesn't seem. It didn't do it as an AOE. It tried to sleep at one point with an AOE, but it doesn't seem to be able to do that with an AOE.
But is it asleep now still or no?
No. Well, the three fragments are still asleep, though. Probably they'll wake up next round.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I still want to figure out what a weakness here for the
Sure.
bug is.
So you can ask the be vigilant and do vulnerability if you want.
Yeah. Let me try that.
Okay.
Still getting shit like set up.
No,
Yeah,
that's-
I was
that's-
reading a Game of Thrones book. Like one of the I guess prequels. It's unrelated to or it's like a different time period than the show.
Yeah.
We were like taking turns just reading it out loud. It was pretty fun. But I didn't realize what time it is. Okay, I got an 8 and plus mental, which is high for me, I think. 2, so I got a 10.
Okay.
Okay.
You can ask. Yeah, you can do 3 of these, I guess. So.
All right. So what's used to be monsters? Yeah. So I guess the monster's weakness is kind of an obvious one.
Well, not necessarily. The monster's weakness, if you had to guess, since it's an energy thing that entered Claire, you kind of have to get whatever it is out of her. I don't know how you'd want to do that, but basically, it's still Claire. Like, its weakness is that it's probably still Claire's body, right? Like,
So if we murder Claire, it also dies.
well, that and it still doesn't. It doesn't have armor. You know, it doesn't have like a giant. You know what I mean? It's still a human with powers and not a monstrosity. Even though it looks like one
very, very vulnerable to all the things
that you guys would be
die from.
vulnerable to. Yeah.
So if we kill the human flesh, the mind dies too.
Sure. That is an option, I suppose.
I mean it's a very logical conclusion. All right, so you said the nervous attack, that like the nerve thing was not effective.
So, it hit Derek, but he like shrugged it off. It didn't. It's a magical attack like everything else this guy has done. So, um, yeah, whatever it was, he resisted it.
What is he resisted it? Like, do we know why? Like, what is the best way to protect? I guess like, the best way to protect against it.
Okay. The best way
Or
to protect against it, apparently, its foci is eyes. So looking it in the eyes, having it glare at you, things like that are maybe like its voice also, but things like that are things you want to avoid.
I guess senses.
Right. You don't want to like you want to try to either get behind it or in some way that won't get it within its vision. Though Dean is doing a great job of flying around it, so I guess in a way he's doing a good job. You know, it's just bzzz.
Right. And then, hmm. Okay, so Claire, right, led us into the trance of like we were like the sleep thing, right?
Yes.
But we're all awake now. Is there
Yes.
a way into like her, I guess, mind to battle the thing that jumped in there?
So the other thing you missed is David is attempting to use telepathy. He has shut down his telepathic link to you guys because he doesn't want you to get contaminated, and is attempting to do something like that.
Okay, but well, my question is, what is the best way in?
Basically the way you guys got in. Either you're gonna have to get in through a dream, or through some of the ways that he's getting in there through a mental power. I suppose if you had some other option where it's like you could directly interfere, maybe if you smacked her with a hammer a few times. Not that that sounds like a great idea.
You're not
It is
answering
joy. What?
You're not answering my question.
How
I
am
asked
I not answering your
what is
question?
the best way in.
The best way in would probably be the way you guys get in, which was dreams or being asleep.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess best way that I can do.
Oh, that depends on your power set. Your power set doesn't really have a lot of options in that regard.
Well, I mean, okay, well, I think I actually have a thought of how to do that.
Okay, you
But
could ask me something more like, "I
no,
have
no, no,
this
but
power.
I think
Was that a good way in?" You know what I mean? If you want.
I'll let me think about it, and
Okay.
you come back to me, and we'll talk about it when I
Okay.
come.
So you spend your round analyzing the situation. That's fine.
I will also yell out to avert your eyes, and also, you said
Fair.
eyes and hear it, and like
Try to cover your when it talks.
cover
Try
your
to cover your
ears
ears.
and avert your eyes. It will attack you through your senses.
So
From your senses.
Okay.
so it is the typical demon in the way of this or this or it's one of the tier, no see, no talk. Those are the three right there. So
Well, I mean, averting your eyes doesn't mean like cover them. Just like don't like look like don't
yeah,
like
you try to avoid its gaze. Yes.
right. You know, you don't want to play staring contest.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And we will go in the order of Eddie. Eddie will be next. There we go.
All right. Well, Eleanor Blob is still asleep.
Yep. But you know more about Eleanor than you did before.
Yeah, that's good, and I have ideas about that. Claire is a giant, scary spider lady.
Flying spider lady, but yes.
That's even scarier. I don't know. I mean, spiders are kind of cute, but giant flying spider Claires sounds disturbing.
And more like looks like a mosquito if you think about it. Long, spindly legs, big,
Yeah.
flabby. It's very mosquito-y.
Mm,
It's the biggest mosquito you've ever seen.
yeah. Okay, and it's flying. There's not really much I can do about that. What is Warsaw doing again?
I believe he is writing on the ground and doing some sort of chant. Yeah, this is what he's been doing for the last round, or like the first round, and then into the second round.
Jeez, I feel out of place here. To be honest.
Well, no, it's just you have to figure out what is the best play. A character that not necessarily a magical character still has use here. It's just the
All right, yeah.
by deciding.
I will roll a be vigilant.
Okay.
That.
But people are being very vigilant right now.
Yeah. Okay. And that's a plus mental, so that's a 12.
Okay. So again, mark that PowerPoint down. I think that's why we've been having this thing where we're not having a lot of PowerPoints. Is I think you're supposed to get it when you critical.
That's
So-
excellent I can use that for later. I have the same.
If
spell.
not, it'll help with the power creep. So
Yeah.
Critical. Critical is what?
we're gonna 12 or above. That is what we're doing for PowerPoints, so that it balances better. And I think that's what we're supposed to be doing. Your ability just let you get more PowerPoints, which was like when I do a thing, I get a
This is why I was
PowerPoint.
this was why I was trying to glimpse the truth.
Yeah.
But fine.
Yeah, and that's useful for the I'll save you skill, which is
Yeah.
good. Anyway, I wanted to ask. So on a 12 plus, I can ask any question.
You can.
I was going to ask what's most vulnerable to me at this moment.
It's vulnerable to you personally. Trying to think. The question is, you say what's most vulnerable on you or a person? Like, be a little bit more specific. Like,
Yeah. Like what in this situation can I affect? How can I?
Oh, I see. Most vulnerable to you. Oh, okay. I thought it was vulnerable. Never mind.
Yeah, because the question is what's most vulnerable to me.
You would think in this situation, Eleanor is still the best target because at least with Eleanor, you could zap them and they couldn't really do a lot to you. So if it came down to a slugfest, you're probably better off squaring off with Eleanor than the demon, who you can't really get at very easily.
All right, yeah, and
You know what I mean?
I don't know if I can still talk to Eleanor, but I'd really like to.
Well, don't worry. Wait till the beginning of next round, and you probably will get to talk to Eleanor's.
Excellent.
All right.
Oh, and I think Dean
Okay.
had a question.
Yep. Sorry, I didn't see it in. I must have been in chat.
Yes.
Dean, what was the question?
Well, I first wanted to know. I was looking at Hex, and it. Hold on.
Oh, is this the negative conditions thing?
Yeah, the negative condition. Like, what does that mean?
Okay, we discussed it a little bit last time, but basically it means you put if you're a World of Warcraft or any kind of gaming fan, you put like a debuff on them. So like you poison them, you do some sort of the debuff on them of some sort.
I don't know what that means.
So basically, you make it so that they're more vulnerable in some way, or they have like they're slowed down or poisoned, or become sick. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
Yeah. So like if so this version of Claire,
Yeah.
like her eyes. She's using her eyes to attack people. Like, could I make her blind? Like if I hexed her, could I make her blind so she wouldn't be able to do that?
You're trying to affect her vision with your hex. That sounds pretty on point, honestly, because like that's something like witches kind of would. I will blind you. You know, like it's a curse. You're cursing them.
Yeah.
So all right, fair. You want to? Do you have hex as an ability, right?
I do.
Hex also covers sleep, or is that a specific thing? Because you can also theoretically do this thing that you guys did to get into Claire. I mean, to get into Eleanor, excuse me.
So I don't see anything. I'm reading it. It says your hex causes 1 damage to target. Target
Okay.
can't flee the area.
Yeah.
Target is slowed somehow. So clash actions gain +1.
Yeah.
The target must answer 1 question asked truthfully.
Okay.
Target is forced to drop an item.
I think
that
these
is
are all
holding.
options for hex.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't see anything for sleep.
Okay.
Um.
Let me hex directly. What page is hex so we can really look at it?
31.
31. Combat either moves really fast or really slow. Let's
Sorry.
see. 30. No, it's not. There's no fault. Like the hex has been a thing we've used a lot. Force drop item. Inflicted negative condition. I guess little sleep would be also counted. Negative condition sounds right. You want to blind it. I don't see a
Okay.
problem with that. Just make the roll, and hopefully you can temporarily blind it. I'm not sure how long that will last, but we will see.
Okay, so let me see. I roll a 6.
That is not a success.
That is not good.
It's not great. What would be the word? Oh, that's awful.
So Dean
Probably.
probably in the process of hexing this Claire, probably like looks directly into her eyes, like I'm going to.
And yeah, flashback. That's what's gonna happen. I think that makes the most sense. So go ahead. You're gonna look it in the eyes, and like you use your curse, right? And I assume what happens is it rejects your curse, so it sends it backwards. So you probably become blind temporarily. Now you're gonna have to roll physical, and hopefully not fail that,
Okay.
or else you're gonna go crashing to the ground, in dramatic fashion.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. You know what? I'll be nice. You're blinded, but you know where the ground is. You do tumble, and oh wait, how much damage have you had already? What are you at?
I have a 1 hit point.
Oh shit. Zeppo, you hit the ground, taking probably the equivalent of 1 damage. Roll behind the 8 ball. It is roll persona.
Okay.
Just tell me what you get there. Oh yeah, it's on the chart.
Okay, so I have a -1 persona,
Oh, good.
and I rolled an 8, so -1 7.
Okay. You have a choice. There's a list there, okay? Choose 2 things that you don't want to happen to you. And feebled is basically you're going to have like status damage to you. You're not going to be like one of your stats might not work. Something terrible will happen to you. Yeah, basically just pick 2 of those you don't want to happen, and I'm going to get to pick what actually happens.
So I don't want to get captured.
Okay?
And what's the enfeebled condition?
I will look it up, because that is what we should do here. Since no one's actually gotten it before, I haven't had to do that. So we're all learning together. In this, why is enfeebled not under E in the index? All right, I'll just use my rulebook PDF and then use Control F. That's what I'm gonna do. Digital enfeebled. Sorry, are you guys hearing that beep? That's my bad if you are. Let me type that in.
No, I don't hear anything.
Yes,
Oh, good.
yes, I heard it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I heard it too.
Okay, sorry. I forgot that my sound is actually tied in case I ever wanted to do sound stuff, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, they're probably hearing that.
No
So,
worries.
I will just copy that. Gotta have at least one weird scuffed thing happen during every game. Paste. There we go. What? Next option. Next option. Man, there's a lot of things that say to remove enfeebled condition. Alright, but what is the actual definition? Ah, your body is physically weakened, affecting the physical stat. So you're gonna get a negative to your physical stat. So if you have a physical, what's your physical right now?
I think it's 0.
Okay, so you
hold on.
got it.
Yeah, it's 0.
Okay, so you're effectively a -1 physical. That would be what
Okay.
enfeebled does.
So let me just go back to this. So I don't want to get captured,
Yeah.
and I don't want to fall unconscious.
Okay. So you transform back to how you look as a student, basically. And you're now weakened, basically. And you're like crawling on the ground blind. That's where you're at. That's what it says for options. So, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna start crawling
That's fine.
in the direction I think that's away from everything.
That sounds great. So that was Eddie, and that was Deed. Did Derek didn't have an action yet. He just entered the mind of it, right? That's what he did with his last action. He hasn't done anything this round.
No, Derek just
Okay, so you are
uh,
mind linked with it right now.
yes.
Okay, so
Yes. Could I say one thing though? I mean, the skeleton.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking about it. I want the skeleton to be somewhat physically strong, but not actually super capable. If that makes sense. So my
Okay.
thought behind it is
durable.
at some point,
Yeah.
something that would be basically what I'm imagining. I don't know if this makes sense. Was I wanted something that looked kind of scary, but ultimately was not terribly dangerous, because I'm
Okay.
hoping that we can, if we have a chance to, we can push the being into it, like
Okay.
make that the new conduit. So that's kind of my thought process on that. I'm sorry I didn't
No,
explain
it's
that.
fine. That sounds like something that you don't have to necessarily. Yeah, you could just say that after the fact. That's not too different. Than what,
That's fine. Just wanted to make sure. I don't. Are you giving me an additional thing to do this round?
I think that was last round, wasn't it? When you did the thing.
Yes. Okay. So it's
okay.
come back around to me, is what you're saying.
Right.
Okay.
So you're in its mind. You succeeded on the roll.
Mhm.
The thing about this is you're kind of like remoting your own body because you're busy. Okay, so your body's just kind of there, and you're going through the awful purple aether that you've seen before, looking for you're like Claire, and you're like swimming around,
Yeah.
and you see isolated at the distance a big purple bubble that Claire is kind of in and like trying to get out, but she can't.
Sure. Is it just a bubble, or is the bubble seem to have some kind of what do you call it when what your belly button used to be, umbilical cord? Is there some kind
No,
of umbilical cord,
it's like
or
a
is it just a
solid.
bubble?
It's like a solid bubble that they've trapped them in.
Does it look like the bubble is somehow attached to her, or she just it's suspended and she is suspended?
She is suspended in the bubble, and she
Okay.
is like in the middle, and she's like flailing around trying to get attention.
Okay. I mean, can she see me?
Yes. So in this situation, Claire can interact with you, but you can't hear what she's saying. She just can like pantomime. Like
Okay.
that's where she's at right now.
All right. Just trying to see. Wait, hold on. That's the old sheet. Hold on. So, I mean, I've only got. This is really the only thing. Well, I guess I've got this as well. Let me see exactly what that does. So I'm going to float up to it, to where she is, and I'm going to put my hand, like reach my hand out to it. Wait, I would have my dagger with me. No,
Well,
so what I
now
was
you
kind
do.
of thinking,
You didn't have it originally, but now you thought about it. So now you do.
well, so what I was thinking about doing was holding my hand out towards the bubble and thinking about it so that it would be on the other side of the bubble, so it would be in her possession.
Oh, I see. You're trying to hand it
To her, yes. Yeah. So I would be willing to make a magical a mystical roll here. And I know you're hoping that this goes horribly bad.
Okay. So
because this would be the time.
You're like, I'm gonna just pass my knife through the bubble wall to her so she has some sort of way to break it. Okay.
Yeah.
You can try that. But basically you're not actually putting your hand through the bubble, you're more like willing, you're basically almost like a wish, willing the object to her.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Fine. And
So like I kind of knew I had the ability to bring it to me without probably even doing anything. But in this regard, I've got to overcome the barrier that is between us.
right.
So I've got to wish it to be. So it's almost as if it was going to be in my hand, but now it's
You're
a
trying
couple
to,
of inches
right. You're
on
trying
the
to.
other side of my hand inside
You've
the bubble.
summoned it back to your hand as a thing. So this is like an extension of that in your mind. You're like, I'm just gonna summon it to somebody else, and that's fine. That's what I'm gonna do. So
Yeah.
go ahead and, well, we'll see what happens.
So I rolled a 7, so that is a 9.
Okay.
So that is a success.
Okay.
If you, I mean, I probably can't
No.
do it in the aftermath, but I could, if I had to, I could spend the PowerPoint to make
No. It is still a success. Okay. The way but it wasn't a critical. So it wasn't like you like it was like, oh, and then here's the knife. You passed her the knife. She has it in her hand now. However, when you did that, you definitely noticed that someone noticed, because you're like you're jostling around in there. You know.
Actually, that almost works better for me, because I'm trying to make it so that he's paying more attention to me, especially
That's
on
fine.
the inside.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm in here. Come on, come in here and get me, because I'm
having
what
an internal
I'm what you
conflict.
want. Yeah, I'm what you want. So come and get it.
Okay. And then we're going to go back to Amos, and then we're going to start the top of the round again.
One last thing though.
Sure.
I am going to have my creepy bunny run over and guard me, stand in front of me as
your body right now is just
physical.
kind of like there, standing.
Well,
Like,
again, I was like down on my knees from that one physical attack.
Yeah.
So now the bunny is standing in front of me and is like ready to like grab me and drag me away if it has to. But I'm just like, but I'm still staring at at Claire. So like I'm doing all the things I'm not supposed to do right now.
All right. With that all said, Amos,
because I'm a rebel.
Your round. By the way, yeah, Deed. Everybody saw Deed like basically fall out of the sky and like pummel into the ground and turn back to himself outside his heroic form.
How much actually? What was his health at?
His health is at 0. He is like crawling away.
So I actually don't know what the rules are for whatever. Like, do we need to get him up?
He's not unconscious. He's just like basically like if you were like in like the worst shape as a person, like when you fall out of transformation, I assume you're just super weak, because it's not like somebody had done a finishing kill on you, right? Your powers are just drained from you. So he's like just kind of blindly crawling along the ground.
Like, right, but what I'm saying is that
yeah.
Do we need to get him up? Can he get up himself? Is he about to die? Like,
he doesn't look like he's going to die, but he is blindly crawling away in the direction he thinks is out of here.
All right. Well, I think it would be a wise thing to make sure that my friend is okay.
Yeah.
I think I will try to run over and try to help him up and out of here.
Okay. So
I don't mean to interrupt the game, but I just want to mark the moment that Amos called Dean his friend.
Just mark that down in your sheet.
Well, I mean, you guys are all my friends, and I'm ride or die, you know?
You've literally said like a dozen times, like, well, we can just kill them. Like, that is literally
No. But you know, backstory feelings or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying they're not my friends, but you know, if it's the world end or my friends, I mean, I'm lawful neutral.
That's literally what ride or die means, though. Never mind. I'll let you get back to your action.
I'm complex. I'm a man of many layers. You know, like an onion.
Like an onion, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm gonna try to, I guess, run over to where Dean is and try to help him out of here and make sure he doesn't die and get the big bad.
can you use? You have the ability to teleport to someone in need, right? You can't
I
just use.
need power points.
You don't have any power points. Okay, so you're just gonna run over to him, basically.
I mean, I like the only way I can get power points is really, to do analysis of things.
Gotcha. All right. That you can. He's not that far away. You guys were ready for a fight because you were in one.
Right.
So you could just run over to him and like kind of be helping him up. That's fine.
Yes,
That
yes,
is
yes.
that is your whole action though.
Yes, I understand.
Okay.
I mean, it is what it is.
No. That's fine. You're doing heroic things right now. That's perfectly fine.
Do I get a
And
power
Dean
point
is
for
in
that?
no. Dean is in a Dean is in a bad way though. Yeah, he's exposed. He looks like himself and not like a superhero at this moment. So that's also a thing. But not a thing right now because all the kids, or high school kids, are in front. So like you guys are not exposed in that way yet. Unless you count War Song, but he's like a psychopath, so he probably doesn't even care. Probably. Right, top of the rounds. The Eleanors wake up. That's what they're doing, and they're kind of like groggily looking around. Oh, you know what? But they don't get to do anything yet because they are confused because there's two Eleanors and then this thing. They're not one unit. It's awkward. They're taking a moment. Then they got this wooden cage thing that Nick put there, and they're kind of like wiggling their way out of that. So that's their round. What does? Oh yeah. Some sort of sigil underneath Warsong starts to glow and grows a little bit bigger. Whatever the hell that means. Let's see. The lizard man looks like he draws his weapon and is deciding whether or not he wants to try to electrocute Claire. And he seems torn. He doesn't do it immediately, but he is standing on guard in case he needs to. That's his. And then lastly, our friend the spider monster. Dean flew up, and that was his own problem. He basically reflected it off of him, and then Dean fell. He knows he's in his mind, and someone's rooting around up there. And he doesn't like Derek at all. I've gotten a theme where the villains just really dislike him. So he will probably try to deal with that first. That seems like the most pressing issue. Derek, can you roll me a magical stat? Because this is all sorts of magical weirdness. You're in someone's mind who's trying to push you out. Or something. But he's basically doing something in there.
I rolled a 12.
Son of a gun. So
Yup.
what you felt was like the purple void was trying to basically squish you, and you're like, nah, and you push it off.
Yup. Now I'm gonna take me a PowerPoint.
Thanks for the PowerPoint. All right, that didn't work. He gets 2 actions. Most of these guys do, so can't do that. That didn't work very well. I guess you'll have to do an action on the outside. You don't do 2 inside actions. Flying above them. Who's nearby? Nah. Yeah, okay. He's a threat. He does Claire. Sorry, demon. Claire locks eyes on Warsong and tries to do something, and you'll notice that like some weird purple energy shoots out of his eyes, and like it goes around him. Like it kind of like hits wherever he was sitting, and kind of like goes like it makes a V shape. So he's doing something over there, and he's also annoyed by it. So that's the end of that round for them. All right, back to the top. Oh, this is the first time I get to do it, I think. Claire, you there? Sorry, it's been a while.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. He's used 2 of those. 1, 2, 3. So he's probably down. Actually, he's probably lower than that. All right. You can make an attempt to try to break free, and luckily, someone's armed you with a tool to do that.
Did I see him trying to hurt?
Oh yeah, he
Derek?
tried to squish him like a little bug. He tried to basically compress his mind and like pop him.
Claire's pissed.
Yeah, well, you could choose either one, emotional or magical, to try to break free. However, with every failure, I'm going to give you a cumulative -1 up to 3. Because basically what you're doing is you're like struggling and so that he beats you down. And then like struggling and then he's gonna beat you down again. So basically choose either emotional or magical, which way you want to break out.
I'm gonna say
But-
magical because I
okay,
have mystical because I
that's
have
fine.
the higher stat.
And roll to escape, basically.
I rolled an 8.
It's kind of like being suffocated. That's the rules I'm going with here. Someone is trying to drown you in their mind.
I rolled an 8.
Okay. So 8. I'm not giving you, but there's no negatives to the roll right now. So you basically take your, Derek's dagger and stab at the bubble, and like you start like pulling it apart, and you make like a gap that you can kind of like try to wiggle your way through. You're not out of the head, but you are definitely out of the bubble and can talk now. That was your basically your action though. It's just like doing all that.
I shout, Derek, are you hurt?
No, we gotta get out of here. Come on, we gotta figure out how to get you back in control. You know your
I
way
have an
around.
idea. When I get out of here, she just kind of chill enters her voice. She's really pissed.
hmm
I have an
Yeah.
idea. I just need to get out of this one first.
Back up, and I will. Now that I know the bubble won't hurt you, I'm gonna hit it with the magic beam.
Okay, so that's going to be your action for the round. She broke out, and then your action is going to be blowing up trying to blow up the bubble.
Yeah, because so she's not out. She's only made a hole for herself.
Right. She's climbed
least she
out
can-
into the aether, basically.
She can breathe and she can talk.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna pull up a different dice roller real quick.
You don't trust that dice roller? Gonna get a different one?
No, I'm in a different room right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I
That
didn't actually roll
is,
that. I'm just practicing with my
uh,
dice.
I rolled an 8, so that is actually a 10 for my magic beam. And I think that the magic beam actually does 2 points of damage. I think it does my mystical damage.
I'm just trying to think about how this works. You
So
succeed because you think you succeed, and so the bubble pops.
Yeah.
Because you're not actually casting a magic beam. You're thinking about how the magic beam would work and projecting it in your dream to the. Yeah.
Into her-
Okay.
into her
Got it.
mind.
Yeah. It works. There's the easy answer. The easy answer is it works.
Yep. And I assume it just
Dreams are weird.
makes
Yeah.
the thing shatter.
It makes the bubble
Um,
that she was in shatter. Yes.
Yep. And I'm able to just say, all right, come on. I'll follow you. Let's go.
Okay, real quick. Remember that you're in Claire's mind, right? Where are you taking her to?
Well, I'm letting her lead because this is her mind.
Okay,
I'm just
Got it.
So-
No, that's fine. I just
I'm-
want to put that
like-
out there.
like I'm grabbing her hand to because she's my best friend.
Right.
I'm here to support her. I'm here to help her. And but she's in charge. This is her. I'm just here to protect her at this point.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that her
That's-
friends are on. At this
She
point,
considers
though,
you as her best friend.
yeah, I think we've had this conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's been our shtick the whole time. And
they've been pretty
Um,
close.
so at this point, though, can I open up my mind just for a moment and communicate with people?
You can, but you risk the chance that he on his round will attempt to do something. Just so you know, you feel that like if you open your mind and he decides to try to do something funny to you, everybody, that is also on you.
I'm opening up a wire and anything can go into it.
Yup.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you finish and I'll tell you what.
No, I'll stay quiet for now. But yeah, but if I needed to, if things got
If you
felt
need
like
to,
they were
you
getting
can.
weird,
It's just that, is it worth the risk of exposure? That's really where we're
Yeah.
at here.
yeah, I'll say to her, we need to let them know somehow that we're making headway, and they need to just keep him busy.
I have an idea.
Cool. I'm following
I'm
you.
gonna try it.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure if there's any place in my mind that we can run from him.
I will get
So
to that on the beginning of next round, I'm sure, but I'm guessing that it's going to be the equivalent of, if you've ever seen maybe Dreamcatcher or something like that, where it's like, you're going to go find your happy place, and that'll be fun, and I'll try to figure out how that's going to work.
But Claire was gonna fight.
Well, if you're trying to find a place that's safe, that's literally where you would head.
Okay.
But if you want to fight, you can fight the Aether that you're in, because he is all in your mind. That's up to you. What do you want to do?
I'll when it's my turn, I'll tell you what
Okay.
Claire is
So
considering.
that
I don't
those
want
two
to
are
say
yeah.
things that before
No, that's
some
fine.
other things might change it.
So those two are done.
Let me. Can I ask one last question?
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Would I at least have the ability to communicate with my minion?
I feel like talking to your minion is like one way. So yeah, okay, fine. And what happens? He might infect your minion.
Yeah. So that I was just wondering that, and I won't do it this round because I feel like I've already done a lot. But
Right.
at least if I could get a message to the minion, then the minion might be able to, at least give like look at somebody and be, like start giving like a thumbs up, like, hey, everything's good,
Okay.
kind of thing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, on the next round, I will maybe make that attempt.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Eddie. I feel like it's been a while. Eddie, Eleanor's is pretty much almost awake now. Did you want to try anything? Say anything? It's stuck kind of under some wood, and stuff, but it'll be out of there soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Eddie will say, Eleanor, who are you? What do you want to be? Who do you want to be?
Just imagining that they're stuck under this. I want to be out of this. So you're stuck under the wood. Are you in the middle of combat trying to do touch your heart? Because that sounds like what you're trying to do.
Yes,
Like, who
I
do you
suppose
want to
I
be?
am.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. You can try a mid-combat, because the combat isn't versus Eleanor, weirdly enough. She just happens to be there.
It's true.
Or
All right.
they happen to be there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, touch your hearts. Okay, let's do it.
okay. You know a lot at this point, so that'll help.
So, what is that?
And then rolls 2 ones, and she just gets enraged.
Oh no. This is no. This is awful.
What?
That's a 4.
The curse! Derek got cursed, now you got cursed.
I don't like it.
Oh, that's funny. Hold on. Let's see how that goes. Okay, and then touch your heart is under. Where are you?
I'm just
Oops,
trying to
oops,
help.
Okay, what was the roll for?
Yeah.
Okay. Any ongoing actions versus this villain are -1 now. So you've removed your bonus. So you are now.
Oh wait, my bonus was I had a bonus, I
Oh,
forgot.
you had a +1.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Still not enough.
It's not enough.
So, but also lose your bonus.
Oh, okay.
You said, what do you want to be? Don't you want to like get find your true self? And then they're like, I want to get out from under this shit, and just busts out of it.
Okay, yeah, I could say there was an environmental factor there.
That didn't go as well as you thought. Well, that's your action.
That's my action, okay.
Because you're basically like conversing, you're opening conversation,
Yeah.
and it just did not go. the
Yeah,
way
I
you
mean, we had
wanted.
6 seconds. How much can you do in 6 seconds?
It's
So-
like, but
or
that's
10
what you were-
seconds.
That's what we were trying to do, like open conversation, and I would have let it go on further, except that now they're like not having it. They're just throwing the wood away and trying to get up.
Oh man, I feel so bad.
No one has been able to converse with Eleanor in any good way. Oh man, I almost was scared to ask Dean, what are you doing? I mean, I mean, you're crawling on the ground, blind. Your friend is kind of helping you. All right, what are you attempting to do? Actually, you have no powers right now either. So,
Uh,
like, do you just kind of go with the flow?
all I have that I can use. Hold on, let me bring up my character sheet.
Oh, you gotta use your normie power. 'Cause you might have a normie power that works.
Fool's luck. Um, or foolish. I have the fool's luck or foolish heart. Um, those are the only things I can do right now.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the only thing I need to be doing right now is just
Just concentrating on leaving.
like I'm like
Oh.
I'm a wounded animal. I'm just trying to escape. Like I'm on the verge of death. Like I
It,
don't know. I'm not in my superhero form. I'm vulnerable as a human, as a you know, like like I'm a teenager, and there's not much I can do. I'm just
just
trying to not die at this point.
okay.
There's nothing I can do to help my friends.
Okay.
I can't see. I'm weak.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
even weaker than normal. Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay. Focusing on survival. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything you wanted to try, but trying to live is an important thing. So
yeah, I just feel like realistically, like I'm in panic. I'm in flight mode.
yeah.
I'm not even thinking about what I'm doing. I'm just fleeing.
Okay. So with
And
that, yeah.
I hope that after this is all over, I hope my friends don't hold that against me. Like it's not because it's not because Dean's a coward. Like he's just he's beat.
Right.
He's
No, I think people understand you are literally blind in your human form, crawling, like trying to crawl slash walk away from this. But people would probably understand that you're in a bad way. You were in a bad way a while ago. Now you're in worse.
yeah.
You
I
do a
think
yeah. Go ahead.
everybody. I think everybody would be understanding of that.
Okay. I just
So
wanted to make sure there wasn't anything you were trying, but I can totally understand that if you're not, you're just trying to leave. That is what you're trying to do.
I'm trying not to die.
Okay. Then in that case, I will cut to Amos and what he is trying to do. Amos, you have your friend. He is trying to leave, and you are helping him. Is there any?
So basically, I just ran up to him, right?
No, no, no. I let you run up to him and actually have him, but like you can't. You know what I mean? Like you're helping him walk, basically.
Uh, I mean, he's blind, not disabled.
No, but he's become extremely weak. -1.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Dean, buddy, how'd you fuck that up so bad?
Oh,
I don't know. He's crying. Is that crying?
you can't even. Can't
My
even
whole
see.
life.
My
I
God.
really screwed the pooch.
Yeah. We gotta try we gotta put you in the kiddie pool first next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sitting at the kid table for the rest of my life.
I mean, yeah, maybe with that attitude, yeah.
Forget Eleanor's mom. Just hang out with Amos for like more than 10 minutes.
We need to die.
Maybe you should stop being, such a bitch and just like
Worst pet talks.
I'm not dying. You're calling me a bitch.
no. But all kidding, all kidding aside,
I see
let's get
your
you out of here.
eyes.
Bud.
I don't deny. You actions your eyes actions speak louder than words. Oh, I'm blind. I can't see your eyes.
You can't
Never
see
mind.
it.
I was gonna say you can't see my eyes.
I'm being sarcastic. I sense sarcasm.
I mean, you barely could see me before. I mean, you definitely can't see me now. All right, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Uh, 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 uh,
Oh, just so you know, Dean, I assume you're so weak that you can't transform because you are like you basically were knocked out of your form transformation. So your body is like that means enfeebled. So you're like you can't
Yeah,
like summon the strength either.
I don't. I mean, the fact that I'm even crawling away
Yeah.
is more than I expect of Dean right now.
Right. You didn't
I
go unconscious. You picked the not unconscious one. So
yeah. Yeah.
1 sec. Is there any like first aid I can do?
um hmm. There isn't a first aid skill, though with narrative games you can kind of fiddle with numbers and things. So I will let you do mental and 2d6, and I will allow you to heal him back to at least more stable, like he can like walk better. But like if you fail, you mess him up worse.
1 sec. I'm just trying to see if any of these skills actually like
Heal him. There are a couple of Healy skills, but you don't have your. There
no,
wasn't.
no,
You
no,
had a healer
yeah, there's
character. Yeah.
magical. I was just looking at the regular skills like the actions, I guess.
Oh.
Uh,
If he fully rested, he would get his health back, but you don't have time to really like put him down somewhere.
1 second.
Let's see if that is.
Yeah, I don't see anything super great. Uh, can I glimpse the truth of how to heal him?
No, that's an investigative skill. Let me just double check to make sure the options on it. But I don't think the best way in or out. You could do vigilant. No, that's silly. About to happen. Most useful thing here. What needs to be protected is kind of obvious. Who's in control here? What information can I gather? There's nothing here to read. If you were in a hospital setting, I would give you Glimpse the Truth because you could look at documents and things.
Okay. So hold on. There's when you we can do this together. When you aid a teammate,
Hmm.
there's mystical, supernatural intervention. Can I do a
Wait,
super?
hold on. You can seek guidance. From
Or can I
Toby.
inspire him? Can I inspire him to get health?
Where is that? Where are you
First,
reading?
the reference sheet.
Reference sheet. Inspire.
Yeah, I think that's just for like really for helping with like other actions, but
Right.
the way it's phrased is supernatural intervention, which maybe the supernatural intervened and made him gain health.
Okay. Convince someone. Where is supernatural intervention? What skill is that under?
Oh, I'm
Oh, we
sorry.
can do this together. I see. Got this. No, I see what. So mystical is supernatural intervention. Anytime you're doing mystical things, you're using supernatural powers. That's what that means. So what you're doing, you can. The only thing that you could do, which is still kind of silly because he's blind, is you could try to do a medical thing, and he could do. We could do this together to help you. That's allowable because he hasn't done anything else. But he's also blind, so I don't know how helpful that'll be.
Hmm. Uh, I mean, I don't know. I wanna help my buddy here, but
Okay, there is, like I said, I'll give you an option of rolling mental and dice and trying to patch him up based on like TV shows you had watched of how that works. But like if you fail, you will damage him and he will roll again on 8 ball.
okay. Well, I did a 6 + 2, so that's an 8.
Okay, so you didn't fail. You didn't give him extra health. You like
Like-
kind of like splinted him and like holding him up, and you're like, okay,
Well,
he's
I
more
think
able to move.
yeah, I think just getting him out of combat here is gonna do wonders for his mental and physical health.
That boy, don't you die. You're doing great. Look at you.
Believe in me, believing in you.
So basically, yeah, you use your mental roll to A, try to use random things to like help him move around, and B, give him inspiration to like you're like quoting movies now at this point. Like, oh, you can do it, man. You got this.
I mean, I thought I was. I've been trying to inspire him from the get go.
That other stuff wasn't very inspiring. At least it didn't seem to inspire confidence.
Well,
All
maybe.
right.
Well,
So
maybe
that go
a
ahead.
smarter person would be inspired, but
I mean, look at you, crawl, Dean. Anybody else would have died already, but I mean, that's impressive.
sure.
Sure, why not?
Anyway,
Okay, so that's both of your actions. It's actually pairs of actions because it's like Eddie and Claire, not Eddie and Claire, Derek and Claire, and then Eddie, and then you two. Okay, that just leaves. That's everybody, right? Are we missing anybody? Because that's every. I think everybody did an action. Because you destroyed the bubble, so yeah. All right. Damn, it depends on what I want to do there. Give me like 2 seconds. I need a drink too. No, he really wants Derek out of his head. Derek, you there?
Yellow.
Okay, he is attempting to do the thing he did last round because he thought it would be effective, but maybe it just didn't work well the first time.
Okay, bring it.
Roll magical.
Uh-huh. Can I use one of my power points?
You can.
That just seems like a really good idea.
Actually, all right, I'm going to let it go because I didn't say this beforehand, but you're supposed to use power points before you roll. But I will let that one go.
Well, I haven't rolled.
Oh, you haven't rolled. Oh, okay,
No,
yes.
I'm
perfect.
asking you if I.
Nope.
I'm
thumbs
asking
up.
you if I can before I roll.
Gotcha. Then yes.
Sorry, just trying to alter it on my character sheet. Right. That I rolled a 7, so that's a 10. Woohoo!
Okay.
Kicking ass.
You resist whatever that squishing feeling you have inside, of someone trying to basically squish you in, with the air around you, basically compress you. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. Sorry, go ahead. He doesn't want to crush. He doesn't want to crush Claire. She can also make a roll versus him. So, Claire? You need to roll magical. On the other hand, he's busy because he's got all this stuff going on in there. He's just floating there.
Claire,
Claire, you there?
Are you muted?
Might be
muted.
Oh, oops. 10.
Okay.
Nice.
You resist also. This time, it wasn't that you were being crushed. It was like someone was like trying to like kind of like slowly, like with kid gloves, like kind of like choke you out. Like rather than like crushing you. So yeah, you got a sensation like somebody tried to grab at your throat.
Oh, okay. I'll say something as soon as it's my turn.
Sure. That's perfectly valid. Oh man, Eleanor is pissed. And there's 3. Oh god. This is where it's gonna get complicated. No, I know what they'll do. In response to everything else that's going on, all 3 of them just sort of go back into one big pile. That's their round. Makes it way easier and it makes sense. They're all one creature again. That's what they spend the rest of their round doing. Let's see. It's not doing anything. Nick is... Oh, no, Nick looks like he's going to try and join the party that Zeppo's character and Amos, and he's trying to assist in any way he can. That makes sense. So he's going off that way. And then... Did that. Unfortunately, because of all the stuff going on in his head, he is busy just flying around looking dumb right now. He's not, he doesn't have a lot of time on his hands. He's busy doing all the things in his head. So he's just floating there. You're guarded. Eleanor became 1. Back at the top of the chart. Whoever, we'll go with Eddie. It'll be more interesting that way. So Eddie, Eleanor is angry and in response has reabsorbed the rest of themselves. So now are one big critter again.
I think he's gonna try again.
Okay. You are at a -1
Yes.
with this individual already.
Yes.
If you fail, it will continue to climb until it hits -3. Just so you know. We're basically opening your mouth at a -3 is like already like a problem. Like,
Yes. I get it, but I don't know. Eddie really just wants to make this right.
okay, well then roll it at a -1 then.
Okay.
You could spend a PowerPoint, I guess, to balance it if you wanted to, because that would just make it even. But those are important to you.
They are, but this is important.
Okay.
I think that it's worth it.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna spend a PowerPoint to make that even.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That it's an emotional roll. I think.
Yup. It
That's a
definitely
straight
is.
roll for me,
Okay.
and that's a 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's fine. You haven't enraged them. You are now +1 forward against the target again. So now you are back up to where everyone else was.
Yeah, and I guess I'll do the role-playing element.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good. It's still, it's busy recoalescing, so you can.
Yeah. Eddie just goes, "Who do you want to be? What do you want to be?" And goes like closer, and like takes a not like I don't know. I imagine Eddie was in the more sort of a defensive stance, like looking around and stuff. But now Eddie's like trying to like be composed and just like takes a step towards Eleanor.
Okay. That's pretty good. It was a success. So we're gonna. Can we just assume that? No, because Amos can do stuff too. We're gonna go to the Dean and Amos pair. What are your plans, guys? It really doesn't matter who goes first in this case. Though Dean is probably like, I walk blindly, and probably at the beginning of his round, at the beginning of this round, your blackness is starting to fade from your vision, so you are now getting your sight back. You can now see. Let's see. Did I turn my volume down? Hold on.
Well,
Oh, there you are.
I'm helping him out, right? So
Yeah, unless, you might decide, like I said, I want to still give you the ability to do things. Like, I think within the next, I would say round or two, you can kind of like put him down somewhere. you know?
yeah. So just to get the lay of the current, I guess the current battlefield, right?
Yeah.
So where I guess where in comparison to me, like, is anyone chasing, like, where are people in comparison to me
Okay.
and Derek?
So Eddie
Mhm.
has approached Eleanor, who has obtained its big bossy form, and is attempting to talk it down.
Right. But
Derek,
like, how far is this from me, is what I'm saying.
you guys have walked like a decent ways, but like, let's say like at least like 40 or 50 feet. Like, it's like a decent distance.
Uh-huh. Uh, it's 20,
Listen,
30 feet,
just
okay.
put me down. Just put me down and go help them. They need you more than I need you.
All right.
I'm just gonna just rest. I'm gonna put my head down and
Well, don't go to sleep, because if I remember movies correctly, that's how you they always say, don't sleep.
Huh.
So, and then
just gonna watch the grass move.
Did the pieces of the goo wake up and
Yeah, they've already kind of coalesced into one being again, and Eddie
yeah.
is busy trying to converse with
Right, right,
them.
right. Okay, yeah, I was just wondering if where the pieces went.
Yep.
Okay, I guess I mean I feel like if Dean is okay here to take a quick napsy doodle, uh, then I guess I'll turn back. And I'll summon the hammer.
Okay.
I did,
That's fine. So it's like a half move and a weapon draw.
yeah, I'll
Okay.
be walking back while and I guess summon the hammer and start walking back.
Is summoning the hammer an actual ability? So I would assume you still
Yes,
have to roll
it is.
for it.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Okay.
well, it's an ability. I don't think I have to roll. It's just an ability I can do.
Oh, okay. It doesn't say like, oh, you need to roll magical to summon
No,
your
no.
ability. Okay.
It's just those just take time.
Comes
Those
into
just take
assist.
time.
Okay. So I don't know, that sounds pretty heroic actually. You gently kind of put your friend down, you turn and like you start to summon your hammer and you walk
And then start walking back.
towards them. Yeah. Okay.
You know, Daddy's about to lay down some punishment for my
Hammer
friend.
time.
Yeah, it's hammer time.
Okay, that's that. Now we can cut to the response of the inside Claire's mind team. So that would be Derek and Claire.
All right. So which of us can go first, me or him?
Oh, let's say you go first. It's been a while.
You're in charge.
You're in
body.
charge. You're leading. Yeah.
After feeling the attempt to snuff me out and also my friend
Yeah.
multiple times, it's taken over my body, just doing all sorts of things I can't even know on the outside.
Probably going through your deepest
really?
memories, reading through your thoughts. You know, the normal stuff.
How do you know what it means to have your personal thoughts read through, especially for a teenage girl? It's like
terrible.
reading her diary.
Yep, it's awful. Like this
she'll
all
never-
feels awful.
It's even worse because but she's really done, and she is going to turn the tables on him because I'm not in here with me, but I'm not in here with him. He's in here with me,
Okay.
and I'm not going to be blindsided again.
All right. So are you trying to push him out? That's what you're trying to do, is like kick him out.
Either kick him out or put him in a little
Okay.
or try to snuff him out.
Those are two different things. You could try to compress him down to basically like a pinpoint, like what he's trying to do to you, and like kind of like pull his consciousness to a single point and be like, there you go, there's where you are. You can live in that spot. Or you could try to expel him out and he'll go wherever he goes.
I don't really want it. At this point, I don't want him just leaving. I want to deal with him. I don't want this happening again.
Okay.
And I have the tools to at least try and do something.
All right. So you're gonna try to put him in you're gonna put him in a corner, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. She had this put him in the corner.
All right. You're gonna just basically the same as any of these other things. Magic roll as for this sort of thing. Magical stat.
12.
As a 12.
Not double six. Not double six.
Oh, but still 12.
Yes.
Okay, you gain 1 power point. He might have had a resistance of like, let's say he had like 9, but not 12. He's struggling with you and you're struggling with him, and then you go, no. You shove him into like a little, like, basically like a cube, and you know he's in there. Like, he's not he might not be trapped for long, but he's in that box. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's gonna be weird. Oh boy. On the outside, he's probably gonna be falling from the air, but I'll cut to that later.
There's no idea that she's
Derek?
flying, by the way.
Yeah, I know. And he didn't know he wouldn't be flying at the moment. Oh well. Derek, what are you doing?
I know that she just did that, right?
You see her literally basically gather him out of the air, because he's basically everywhere, and compress him down to what you would do like an antivirus, and cubed him.
She hold her hands out
Like,
and just
no.
kind of brought him down.
Do you want to put him into my into my minion.
You gonna put him in a bunny?
Yeah, I think that's a really nice place to put him.
I was gonna try to destroy him or take his powers for myself. That was the next step.
Oh yeah. If you can do that, that's
I'm not
great.
sure how successful that is. Give me.
I'm gonna get out of here, if that's okay, because I gotta make sure everybody else is okay on the outside.
Yeah, you go do that. He's the.
All right.
If worst comes, I should. It shouldn't take too long. I shouldn't be
Yep.
that long.
Yeah. I'm gonna relink to everybody, and then relink to my own body.
Okay.
And as I'm doing, like, before I leave her body, I'm gonna tell everybody, get out from under this thing.
It's gonna go falling down.
And my minion is just gonna just start like frantically pushing my body away, and then I'm gonna like pop back into my body and just lift it up and just run away with the minion.
Okay.
That'll be my action right now, because I'm pretty sure I'm close to being under this thing, and I'm just gonna like mentally tell everybody, clear out.
Okay. Yep, that's about the number of rounds I thought. At the beginning of this round, Warsong stands up, claps his hands together in a very dramatic fashion, and a whole bunch of like weird astral wolf things start like gathering around him, and he starts looking at Claire basically.
Well,
That's-
he would be part of the link, isn't he? Doesn't he?
No,
Doesn't
he's
he get?
not.
Okay. Oh no, it's the other guy, right? It's the other guy.
Right, so he's
Okay.
he's observing the situation. He sees that people are getting like one person got knocked down, one person is
Mhm.
getting like has like up close with Eleanor, and he's not sure how that's gonna go. And so
Mhm,
it's like
mhm.
you start seeing he finishes whatever he was doing, and basically a pack of astral wolves are like standing around him.
So I'm gonna run towards him and be like, get out of the way. She's back in control. To Warsong, because everybody else can hear me
Yeah.
saying it, but I'm gonna say it specifically to Warsong, so he knows what's going on.
Okay. You're all like fairly simultaneous. Basically, your round is going to be starting with that, but that's what's
Mhm,
going on.
mhm.
The body is now falling from the sky at the same rate. But he doesn't necessarily know that it doesn't have control, but he's seeing it fall from the sky. And
Mhm,
then
mhm.
Eleanor is still mad at Eddie. So Eddie, you're gonna have to make a couple of physical rolls. So roll physical, Eddie.
Alrighty, and
Wait, I'm here to talk you down, but but
Yeah.
on the bright side, you got a +1 again, so you don't
yeah,
have
plus
the.
one. Great. That's an 11.
Okay, one of the pseudopods kind of swishes past you, and you can make one more roll because it can do 2 attacks, and you're right in front of it.
All right, great. Perfect. That's a 9.
Okay, so you basically like have you're like being comforting, like you're like, oh wait, we just and you, whoa. All right, that's that. Actually, okay, he doesn't. The lizardman does not need to electrocute Claire, so he kind of just backs up and does lizardman thing, just kind of observing the situation, taking it all in,
With his own eyes.
with his own eyes, and oh, that's what he can do. At what is Nick been doing this whole time? He has made his way up to where Zeppo's character is lying down and is doing things with his hands, and green energy and stuff is coming from his hands. That is what he's doing. That makes sense for his character. So I assume that's what he would do. So that's his round. David can kind of go. He like you're talking to him, but you still can do stuff. So you went back to your body.
Yep.
Right. Okay, and then we'll do Claire after that. So do what you're going to do, and then I'll do Claire next.
Well, let me make an assessment of the situation. Like, I feel like I'm pretty well out from underneath the falling body at this
Yes,
point,
it
right?
will crash basically at the end of the player rounds. Like it'll
Okay.
basically fall out of the sky.
Where is Eddie and Eleanor in relation to that? Are they
They're
underneath
they're
it?
not directly underneath it. He had to go a little bit to the left basically to talk to Eleanor.
Okay. All right. I want to make sure that Eddie is okay. Because I can see, I can probably see, Dean and Nick are over there,
Yeah.
and
They're the
not
farthest
sure.
away. Like if you're saying who's the farthest away, definitely Dean, possibly Amos, and
Mhm.
Nick's right over there with Dean kind of doing something with his hands, probably some lay on
Mhm.
handsy kind of magic.
Okay. I also know where they are physically because of the connection. So the only person who's probably even remotely close to this would be Eddie, right?
Eddie and possibly Warsong, who hasn't really moved. But
Yeah.
on the
Well,
other
that's his
hand, he
problem. I'm
looks
not worried
like,
about
yeah,
Warsong.
it looks like he's about to unleash a whole bunch of whatever is at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've already told him to chill out.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start moving towards, like, around the perimeter towards Eddie, just to make sure that he is safe. And I'm gonna yell to Warsong, make yourself useful and follow me.
You said that to him?
Yep.
Make yourself useful and follow me.
Yeah. I was just in that. I beat that thing from the inside. You were out here drawing in the dirt and calling your
I,
puppies.
I, you have no idea what he's been doing, but yeah, that's fine.
Well, I mean, I can see what he's been doing now.
No, I know, but like, okay,
It's
that's
fine.
fine.
He hasn't done anything stupid, so I'm not mad
At
at him.
the beginning of this round, he'll respond however he responds.
Yeah.
So that's that. That's you. Eddie can now react to the. Oh wait, I'm sorry, Claire. We're gonna do Claire next. Claire, you have your cube. What are you trying to do with it before it tries to break out of itself?
Well, I would like to either A, destroy him, or B, is there any way can I make it powerless? How would I do that?
All right, let me think. You
What are you trying to
would.
do?
I think she wants to keep it as like a powerless pet, like a information box in her head. Like I think she's
Couldn't
trying to like keep it.
couldn't you use hex on it?
Kind of. Basically, you would be. She's basically like trying to permanently curse the thing, and like seal it up.
I want this thing dealt with. That is what she is trying to do.
Okay, you can. So how should I put this? If you do what I think you're going to do, I feel like it's a very Naruto moment, right? You're gonna take
Yes.
this fragment of Ophidius and you're gonna seal it up inside your body. That's what you're trying to do.
Yep.
So that piece will never get out in the world, but it's still a piece of Ophidius inside your body.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
We can always deal with that later.
I'll have more time to deal with it later. Right now, it needs to be dealt with, and I don't want it getting away to God knows where.
All right. So you're gonna make a roll, and hopefully not roll 2 ones, and we'll
I-
go for.
I'm gonna use a
Can I
PowerPoint.
give her? Oh, I was gonna say, can I give her a PowerPoint?
You're
as well?
not. I mean, you're not really in there. You're not in her head space. I mean, can hear what's going on. And you can do that.
It's fine. If she has one, so it's fine. So
If
she
you were
can't-
in the
she can't
dream
go-
with her, right? I can see like you could try to do something weird like that, but you were like
Mhm.
separate.
Well,
kind of now.
I am still connected to her.
But in the
so I
same
didn't
way
know
that
if-
you're connected to everyone else. You know what I mean?
I just think if she didn't have one, I was at least gonna ask.
Oh, I see. Like try
That's
to
fine.
do something like that. Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at this point she's got 3, so she can't go over 3 anyway. So
Right. So
yeah, it's
the
fine.
real question is, so she's going to use what, 1 PowerPoint and then whatever her bonus is. So, oh, you could go over. No, so what I meant by going over 3 is 3 over your roll. So if you have 3 in a stat, you can't go above +3 because that's a total 6. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Okay.
a whole
Okay.
die.
So it doesn't add. So you can't add.
Right.
3
So
plus- okay.
I'm not
so
saying
it
that
just
you're
goes
capped at 3 total. I wanted to make that perfectly clear. I'm just
So-
saying that you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
3
wait, so
Gotcha.
total
when I
plus. Yeah,
so
okay. I
when
just
I
don't want
roll,
people getting a free die. Like, here's 6, you know?
so it's at a max +3. Is that what I'm getting
Right,
understanding?
a +3 that isn't you, basically.
Mm-hmm.
My cat's yelling at me.
Aw.
He's screaming. Walk around, silly kitty.
Cats
That
do
is
not do that.
Go
Don't-
around.
Yep. Now he's okay. Okay. Anyways, 11.
Okay. You know what the worst part is? This probably wouldn't work, except that this is in your own mind. So you could do things that you should not be able to do because it's in your own head. So you just have to imagine yourself being able to do it. So, okay, you've taken your cube, you you chant over the cube, and it screams, of course, and you compress it down into like basically like looks like a ball with like a bunch of sigils on it, and they're all like paper wrapped around this thing. And you know he's in there, and he'll forever be in there until you remove him. But he's in that ball until he can try to figure. I mean, he might try to struggle, right? Like he might try to later
Oh,
on,
no.
but he is for the moment in that ball.
All that matters is right now he is dealt with, and I can try to figure out a better solution later. That is because there's another, as far as she knows, there's another situation happening outside, possibly, probably. She doesn't have any clue.
He is the source of the power of her growth. That's what I'm thinking here. Okay, so you're falling in real time. That's going on. You're sealing him up.
Oh,
Okay.
could I ask?
Yeah.
Could I ask? I didn't really do a thing. I don't think. Could I use?
Didn't
I only
you
yelled
go?
at people.
You yelled at people, and you didn't you just walk around and do something?
Yeah,
thought you
I
did
was
something.
moving. I was moving
All
around.
right, so okay, so you did like a half move. So go ahead.
Do you mind if I did use a wish at this point?
Depends on what
Uh,
it is.
My wish was going to be, because at this point maybe her body is beginning to get smaller, but she's
That's
not huge.
right. Right.
Huge. So I was going to use a wish, and this is kind of a big one, but basically make a giant, kind of like I guess it would be like a trampoline, really, but like a like one of those things for that the firemen use to catch people jumping out of
It is kind of a big ask, but go ahead and roll it and let me hear what you get. Because if it's like, I feel like if it's like just a pass, it'll be like a trampoline, but it won't be the big trampoline. You know, it'll be like the small trampoline. Boy.
Well, if it breaks her fall a little bit.
Right, you don't know what's
And
going on in there, unfortunately.
yeah. I mean, I assume that she's. I believe in my buddy.
Okay.
Like I think that she's going to be okay. But but for my sake, I am going to use my last PowerPoint.
Okay.
Because I want this to work.
Okay.
And I rolled. Oh well, I guess I didn't really need it. I rolled a 9. So with the PowerPoint, I actually got a 12.
Okay, so you basically got back your PowerPoint that you
I will
spent
take the PowerPoint back
retroactively.
because that was smart.
And-
But yeah, but that's a really good roll. So I feel like
yeah,
that
okay.
will enable me to some degree.
The universe wobbles and a trampoline of a large size appears.
Right underneath her.
Right underneath her. On the thing you didn't know happens, which you expect to kind of happen, is as she seals the power up, the legs start turning back into her legs because it was an amplifier, right? So they're gonna be probably normal size by the time they impact.
Well,
Okay.
I think that's good because it will. I mean,
One.
instead of hitting the ground, because if she was like, 50 or 60 feet in the air, she hits the ground, she's
Oof.
dead. But now at
Well,
least she's hitting a trampoline and she's.
I mean, she's in her hero form right now still, so she probably wouldn't die. She'd probably just get like a couple of points of damage and kind of pounce off the ground. If she was in her human form, that couple points of damage is different. It would have been like literally hitting the ground from like a 50-foot drop.
Well, again, I'm not knowing what's going, like how she might have lost some control of her powers.
Yeah.
Being in turn, I'd rather at least be on the safe side. Is really what I was going for. And
So-
Claire's my best buddy, so I gotta Every little bit helps.
Okay. Going by level
Love
of
you, buddy.
level of excitement, Eddie is next. Eddie, are you continuing your conversation?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Unshaken by the swings of the pseudopods, you're continuing
Yeah.
your talk.
Yeah. Whoever you want to be, I want to meet that person. Who do you want to be? And I'm gonna roll here. Oh, that's pretty good.
Uh-oh.
Okay. All right. I have a +1 still.
Yes. You now have your +1 again.
That's a 12.
Okay. As below, but see the error of their ways in the situation. You may form a relationship with them. Okay. So, nobody needs the ongoing bonus because it's going to get resolved in some way. What happens? You say whoever you want to be. And that they're like they take a moment to think. Like it's weird when you see a amorphous horror, right? And it's just like I just want to be myself, and you just see like it compress and like kind of like squeeze together into like a form that is neither one Eleanor nor the other. So like a female Eleanor, but like with like more masculine features, basically. I just want to be me. I didn't want any of this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he just like looks around. What have I been doing? And just looks like looking around.
Nothing that can't be undone.
Uh, but I killed her. I did that. She might have been a horrible person, but I did that. And that's a lot of dramatic things that happen in like a short span of
10
time.
seconds.
10 seconds of dramatic tension. We'll cut away there for the moment. Okay, so that was resolved somewhat. Amos. Now's the time. Swinging with a hammer. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. It's vulnerable. +2
Actually,
ongoing.
I need to do something real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
Just skip over me for I'll go next.
Okay. Um, the only thing I could say for Dean is that you're starting to feel a little better, but basically you see Nick holding his hands over your face almost, and he's like his hands are glowing green, and like you feel like you're being rejuvenated. So and it's funny too because the area around you is also growing like little teeny plants. Like it's like around where he's laying, so they're kind of like little clovers and things growing around you.
What are you doing to me?
I think I'm healing you. I think this is what this is. Get better. He's just thinking get better, boss. Like trying to put his magic at you.
I think I like this.
You can now go up to 2 health. That's pretty good.
So 2 health from 0.
Yeah. You're still
Okay.
enfeebled though. You're still weakened, but he is attempting to heal you up.
Okay.
Let's see. Done. Oh man, right. I have to deal with that resolution. Follow me. Oh wait, no, sorry. David, what did Derek do with the rest of his round? Derek, what did you do? Oh, you made the trampoline. Okay.
Trampoline.
Follow me. Makes trampoline. All right, that's fine. Warsong looked like he was gonna do a thing where he was gonna like reach his arm out, and you know what I mean. Like he looks like he was getting ready to do it, right? And then he sees her normal form, well, her normal hero form, falling from the sky towards a trampoline.
Mhm.
You look like he's trying his hardest not to be like just tear it to pieces, you know what I mean, just to be sure. But he like pulls his hand back.
Mhm.
That one's being resolved. That's being resolved. Bags destroyed, pretty much. Okay. He sighs the loudest sigh you have ever. It's like nothing for him to really do. He can't destroy anything. There's nothing for him to fight at the moment. He summoned. He spent these 3 rounds summoning these wolves. Looks at the wolves. He does like more steam. If you could have steam coming out of his mouth, it's not quite cold enough. He like just kind of like pets one of the Astro Wolves because at least he like spent time summoning them, right? And he's just like, you may go. And what the best way to think about the thing is the special effect. They don't run along the ground. They literally were like phantom wolves. So they came up and they just like, you can go, and they just kind of scatter into like nothing, into the sky basically. And he just gets up and just starts walking away.
I'm gonna look back to Warsong.
This is a complete waste of his time. That's what he's thinking.
I'm gonna look back to Warsong and go, "Hey, Warsong." He turns back and looks at me.
Like he'll like glance over his shoulder, but that's yes.
Thanks for showing up, man.
At least he got a thanks.
You know, I mean, like it's like if things had gone bad, you were here to help clean it up.
Are we connected currently?
Hello?
Yes, yeah, you're all mentally connected
Yeah,
at this point.
Well,
Yeah.
I was wondering if the link was up or not. It is. Is Warsong is part of that?
No.
Warsong is not. He seems like he's very much not connected to anyone for various reasons.
I think I'll probably get the sense that he's leaving. I'll shout, "Showing up is half the battle."
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Okay. So I'm trying to play it because Eddie would know the most. He showed up because he thought that there was some sort of enormous fire or something bad had happened at the school. He gets here. He
But there
basically
was.
gets asked to destroy a bag, and then he sees a target, so he gears up for a fight, and then he realizes that he's going to do more harm than good. So he has to like reel it in, right? He's reeling it in, and then like leaves in a huff. Like he can't show the huff because that's not manly, but you can tell he's in a huff. And he's
Yeah,
just sort of like,
that could have gone a lot worse. I thank you for coming. Even though it this is a good outcome.
Well, destroying the bag was kind of a pivotal moment in the battle. So, in fact, maybe the most important moment.
he'll like he knows that you're trying to like play it up like, oh, you really
Throw
helped
him a
out.
bone.
Throw him a bone, and he'll just kind of accept it. Like he won't like say anything like, oh yeah, you're right. But no, he just sort of like will just do like a slight nod and then continue to walk. Like he's just holding it so back so hard. Like
Hold on.
you know that he wants to turn around and be like, why was I called here for this?
I'll put in a good word with Peacekeeper.
It's
Well, hold
like-
on. This is the 90s. This is time before participation trophies.
Yeah, exactly. But like
So,
No, there are clear
doesn't even
winners
get
and losers.
he doesn't even get an explosion to walk with the thing behind him or anything. This is just, not a great day for him.
I called the wolves. I did all the. I was all ready to destroy things, and
well,
you guys
hold on.
just
He might get his
talked
explosion.
your way
Yeah.
out of it.
I'm going next, and I have the hammer in my hands.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
Derek, you just gotta wish an explosion to happen right behind him.
somewhere.
Oh,
Okay.
are we
I can do that, yeah.
still in turn? Or
I
are we,
mean, well,
or just
okay.
out of
No,
So
we're
no,
not. We're not in turn.
I just wanted to like present to you what has happened with him, and he has turned around and he's started to leave.
That's
So everyone else is just sort of having a moment, like they're not actually probably vocalizing this. They're probably just seeing him like huff off, and
Yeah.
then at the end of, oh sorry, Amos gets his round before the last bit. So Amos, what do you do now?
Who is still left standing?
Oddly enough, this situation is kind of resolved. You've got, Claire is falling from the sky, but there is a trampoline. The creature that was known as Eleanor has now become more of a person. So it is a of the features of both of the other Eleanors, and is contemplating its life and meaning. So I guess that's the win right now. Yeah, this is pretty good. But you can decide if you just want to run over and like smash Eleanor with a hammer
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, where did all the goo go? Like, in
She
terms
be,
of like,
it just compressed and became Eleanor. It was always Eleanor to begin with, which is what we've stated a couple of times, but just to
and
confirm.
do we like Eleanor? How much do we like Eleanor?
2 thumbs up.
Your round could literally be like, how much do we really like this person? That's
Uh,
fair. I mean,
Well, no, I'm saying as I'm walking up, I feel like I can probably gauge how much we like Eleanor.
it seems like Eddie is trying to like put an olive branch out. That's what it feels like. That's where we're at.
Well, this is a democracy, so how
Well,
much
hey,
do
look, if you wanted to do something, you could attack Warsong, and at least he could get his rocks off that way.
get our both of our rocks off? You know what I mean?
This
Uh,
this
Yeah,
just falls in
he-
this just
he's
falls in
like,
line
"Great."
with the Amos war song story, because the first time you see him, anything of him, is when he sees Amos. That's the first scene, is basically him rescuing Amos, is the first thing with him in it.
No, yeah, yeah.
I mean, I kind of do want to just smack Eleanor for what she did to my great friend Dean, who is potentially
You know
disabled.
what? You could. Okay, here's the thing. Your ball is a manifestation of joy. You could hit her with a hammer, but purposely do no damage. There's plenty of role-playing games where they're like, you can do like subdual or no damage.
But-
If you
but
just
I-
want
but
to
I-
ineffectually hit her with a hammer, that's fine.
But I want to do damage. Plus,
Oh, that's different.
doesn't it set the goo on fire? So,
It seems like the goo has become more of a person than a goo. It's just
But-
it.
mm,
Yeah,
wow.
I think that we like Eleanor. We came here to help her, and we have helped her. She was
Oh.
again. She was like all the other kids. She was
I
being manipulated and used to be evil, and now she is. Now her weakness is, what was able to what the weakness that was being exploited is being healed, and now she's, going to be able to find control of themselves.
Well, once a criminal, always a criminal. Um, hmm. I mean, okay, you know what? I'll just slap her for what she did to Dean. It's just
okay. She-
because they hurt my buddy.
Are you slapping her with the hammer, or are you slapping her with your
No,
hand?
no. I'll just do I don't want to.
An ineffectual slap
Sure.
mid conversation. Okay, sounds good.
I mean, I'll walk up and punch her in the face. Kind of thing. You know what? I'm doing it, and I fucking failed. So
You
that's
rolled
great.
a physic. You roll physical or something?
I rolled physical, and I failed.
Eddie, I will give you an option. You don't have to take this option. Avis comes over. It looks like he's gonna punch her in the face because of what they did to Dean. I assume you could easily, because you're super fast, like push him away or something. Which it's not player combat. It's more like you could get in the way and like push him away.
I mean, it's a slap, right? He's just
Yeah,
slapping.
yeah. He looks like he's just gonna slap her.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Eleanor might need that. It's fine. I mean, that's their thing.
Okay, but he fails. So okay, so what happens
So
is
I'll just as I go for the punch, I think I'll probably just tripped over a branch and kind of just
Okay.
fell. You know what? Maybe even hurt myself a little. Mostly my pride, but
okay. So your round is basically ineffectually slapping her and falling over.
oh no,
In a
not
comedic
even
fashion.
yeah, tripping and falling
Yeah.
and really bruising my pride.
Okay, and then finally, at the end of that scene, Claire bounces off a trampoline and like lands nearby with no damage. Dean, unfortunately, your scene is basically exactly the same as last round, except because he's still over you doing the thing, and you're still like, I like healing, so I don't want to move. I mean, you don't really get any other actions, unfortunately.
I'm gonna run to Claire and see how she looks, see how she's doing.
she looks relatively fine, and in a moment her eyes will open up and everyone will be awake and combat will end.
Hey, buddy. How you doing, Claire?
Grumbles.
But you know inside there's a little piece just in there. Like, and it's sealed up for now, but any moment it could just burst like a pimple.
And the rest of us don't know that, right?
Only Claire knows that, but that's up to her to tell anybody.
She's staring at the sky. I was like, why am I on the ground? Is it soft ground too? Is it like grass or is it like tar?
You're behind the school, so it is grass. You're in grass.
Yeah, we're like the field behind the school.
Okay.
The form that used to be, you also see kind of in the distance, the form that was a blob of Eleanor has become a actual Eleanor, though their face is both male and female features at this point.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do they look hostile?
They do not look hostile. They in fact look like they're just sort of like chilling with Eddie over there in the background, being like, you're right. There were some things. I can't forgive myself for what I did. Like you'll have that. They'll have their conversation in time, but like that's basically what's going on over there.
All right. She looks up at Derek like. Is this? That was scary.
Yeah, that's why I did what I did.
Hey, that was really stupid of you, but thanks for saving me.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Anytime.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have figured something out.
I'm gonna have to. I guess I owe you next time on snacks.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, the next couple of times. She kind of sits up, grabs her head. Ugh. So, it's been dealt with for now, but it's just to say he's been put on timeout. But
I'm going to break the link with everybody else and just have it with her, and be like, "What do you mean?" But like inside of our heads.
That's the most magical girl plotline of what do you mean? It's spelled with.
So I didn't want it. The options I could come up was to let it go to God knows where, for it to randomly pop up and mess with us later. Was not an option I was willing to take. Mm-hmm. I'd rather have. The other option was destroy it. I'm not quite sure how to do that. I thought about taking its power for myself. I'm still thinking about doing that, but I want to have some guarantees first that I can do it and not blow up on me. So I decided that the best thing to do right now is to put it into a tiny little ball in the smallest, deepest parts of my mind, and it's sitting there. I cover it. It's perfectly sealed up for now, but knowing that it's like a demon, ancient demon. As much as I'd love to say that I am like great at magic and things, it's still older than me and more. It probably. I'm on a timetable right now. I don't know when. It could happen at any moment.
Claire, and you guys might know that this is a fragment of that demon. So it is not actually the whole demon. It is just a part that was there.
It's
not my favorite solution, but you did what you had to do, and maybe we can use this to our advantage. We know that there are the sigils that help to protect the school. Maybe we could make a sigil that you could wear that would help you to keep it under control or give you a little bit more power over it.
Yeah.
And then maybe we could even try to channel it into a new crystal that would have the sigils placed on it, so he wouldn't be able to access it as easily, and you could still study it and possibly get some of its power. But yeah, we could. Yeah, we could. I think we can make this work.
Yeah, this is just a temporary solution.
Mm-hmm.
Very temporary, as in it gives us a little bit more time. Not
Mhm,
much,
mhm.
but is it
Um,
bad that I consider taking its power from my own?
no, I mean, hey, um,
Is this
you
entire
can.
conversation going on in the back of these two people's minds? So,
You're probably just staring
Yeah.
at each other
No, they're
awkwardly.
just
Alright.
staring. She's staring.
Yeah.
As far as you know, she is staring very
We're like-
longingly at Derek
we're-
as she says,
this
"Thank
is
you
like a
so
long
much."
Probably-
silence.
So she's
We're
looking up.
probably-
He's like next to her.
We're probably. I would say we're probably hugging because we're just like
Yeah.
really affectionate friends.
Got it.
They're
And
very,
I was
very
really-
So
affectionate.
they
friends.
hug and then
Yeah.
they stare at each other for a long period of time. That's
Very
what,
long
Yeah.
reunion too is. What
Yeah.
color is your character's eyes?
I don't know, probably like shit brown.
Is brown.
His
Shit
brown
brown.
eyes.
Shit
And also,
brown.
we actually know that this is that something is going on because all of a sudden our link broke.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how you know it's really personal.
No, oh, you guys
Yeah.
can come up with whatever thoughts you think is happening.
Yeah.
I'll write it down.
Do I have the ability to sense it inside of her? Or is that something I would probably have to ask her? Like, do I have the
Yes.
ability to?
I mean, yeah, technically, if she let you, you could sense it inside her.
Because I thought I would say that. Like, can I get a feeling of where that thing is? So the thing is if anything's going on, like I think that you and I pretty much need to be linked like this all the time now. So I definitely want to make sure that we can, I can help monitor this with you.
Yes, that would be
and
nice. I mean,
I think we should let everyone else know. I don't want anyone else to be surprised by this.
I feel like watching.
We don't have to tell them everything, but we can just tell them, that we've got it under control and that you're maintaining it until we can find
better
an
solution.
adequate conduit for it.
And we have the time
right.
to look up and
Do some research.
lots of research.
Mm-hmm.
See, homework's not that bad if it's on a subject that you're interested in.
Absolutely, I like certain things.
Yes.
Most
Okay.
most of school sucks. At this point, I'll kind of get a sense of where it is, and then I'll back away from that, and then I'll turn everybody else on, and be like, oh, hey,
We're done with the conversation.
yeah, we'll talk here in a few minutes.
I've added, since you have tamed, like Pokemon, now that you have made a friend, I added her backstory to the notes. So, there you go. That's what I was doing.
All right. Yeah, it's been as soon as it's in the link, she was like,
Good night.
I have dealt with it for now, and it's I'm looking for a better solution to the to conduit to put it into. Like, we got this. But looks like you guys have seems like you guys have already made a new friend or helped someone else. That's good.
Yeah, I'll call out. Hey, how you doing, Eleanor? Thanks for.
I'm
Nice
trying
to
to
see you.
imagine if Eleanor still has a weird dislike for you for no reason, because there's still a negative bonus, right? You're like, hi, Eleanor, and Eleanor just she doesn't understand. Well, they don't understand why, right? Because they weren't in their right mind. But uh, who is this person? They seem kind of. I don't like them for some reason. I can't put my finger on it.
Well,
but
but I think in the past, I think you had said that she and I had some similar interests, and we kind of at least ran in some of the same
it
circles.
must be, yeah. So she's probably writing it off as like a rivalry, right? Like, oh, it's a rivalry. Yeah, that must be it. like or something. Like, oh yeah, the other guy that likes interests that are like mine. Yeah. So in your mind, you get the idea of like they probably think you're a poser or something. Like, oh yeah, sure, you have the same interests as me.
I'm literally a shadow vampire.
Oh yeah, you guys are in like, was it heroic
Yeah.
form still? Nobody's dropped out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still a spider person with wings.
Yep. Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not posers, buddy. We're the real deal.
Okay. Oh, I can't talk in his mind. Toby, you start to hear like the little box go off, and it's like,
Mhm.
is the situation resolved? Peacekeeper, over.
Yeah.
The walkie-talkie you said?
Yeah, the walkie-talkie. Yeah.
Yeah, situation's resolved. Everyone's safe now.
I-
War song helped.
Just more song helped. Okay.
Big help. Big help.
Okay. All right. So that situation seems to be okay. You're waking up after a long glance at each other. What is the general plan now? You have Eleanor seems to have become someone who looks pretty much like Eleanor with the black shirt and like jeans like before. Um, but how do I explain it? They still have the energy of like that running through them, right? Like, so it's like it's a decision of whether or not just to basically let them cast the energy out or try to like convert them. Because that's what you did with your friend Nick.
Nick.
Right. The question
Yeah.
is whether or not to keep your Pokemon or let it go. You know.
Well, gotta catch them all.
Yeah. Claire, Eleanor. Hey, look. Maybe maybe we got off on the wrong foot or whatever. But I think that I think it might be a good idea that we talk about your current situation and maybe get things help you out so that you can um help to kind of help yourself out with this. I gotta go on mute for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you're aware of this, Eleanor, but you have some crystal powers.
Yeah, you were about to say like something like, "Oh, you have crystal powers." You're like, but you haven't seen. She hasn't had like an artifact or anything like, you know what I'm saying? And then you were like, "Oh, of course that's what it is." And you noticed there was like a slight glow under like her clothes, like in your
Yeah.
vest.
Do you have something on you that you yeah, there must be something on you that's affecting you this way.
Sorry, I gotta be a little bit more quiet because she went to bed. Under, she goes, no, I don't really have jewelry or things like that. Oh my, sorry, my cat just like leapt over my desk and freaked out. Hold on a second. Okay, did everybody see that? Like, wasn't paying attention, but like he just jumped on the desk and like ran off. Okay. Anyway. So there is no, they go, oh, no, I don't have, I don't have anything on me. And then looks embarrassed and kind of like looks, it's like, oh, it's literally on them. It's gonna be awkward. What do you do? Because knowing what's happened the last few times you've had Jebs, um, what's the play?
Yeah, so we know that it's going to
Probably
keep
detonate.
gathering energy
Yep.
until Halloween or whatever. Can we like roll to remove it, or like that seems personal?
I mean, you guys have had ideas how to remove the thing before. Let's. I think you guys probably group huddle, right? Like you just like she's glowing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, maybe we can do this together.
Okay, but then we still have to decide what you guys literally have to decide what to do with her. That's my point from before.
Yeah, that on you is dangerous. It can explode, and it probably will. Uh, So we want to. That's something that needs to be taken care of.
Yeah, we don't want anything to happen to you right now. So
It's gotta explode.
Yeah,
how do we do with it?
it's going to explode probably around Halloween. So that's kind of soon.
Where I'm sorry, where is the crystal?
We want to help you out with that. If we
Where is the
Wait,
crystal again?
how do you know it's gonna? Wait, what? How?
It's on them, literally on them, and it's blinking.
Like it's in her, like it's embedded in her
yeah,
skin.
on her chest, like around her heart, basically.
Ooh,
It's
That's not-
Halloween.
that's just some stuff that we had learned before. The whole point of this is a lot of this stuff is.
I'm holding a 3 on Be Vigilant still. Is there anything I can roll on this, or like anything I can ask?
We'll look at the list.
Yeah.
Maybe I can try something magic. Can I try to figure out something? Is there some magical way to get rid of it? To take it out?
What's the best way to protect the victims here?
I think you guys had discussed this before, but you think that Amos's hammer could probably damage it, or has damaged.
Yeah,
The
we did
energy.
mention
Well,
that,
the problem with that last time is that it caused it to didn't it cause it to explode or something?
No, last time his hammer interfered with the energy, it purified it instead.
Okay. Oh, that's what happened. It's been a while.
So basically, you'd have to, if you were going to go with this plan, you'd have to basically hold Eleanor and tell her, or them, like, the hammer is gonna hit you in the chest, but it's not gonna, it's not gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt the gem. Basically,
What about
Eleanor, I know you don't trust us like completely yet, because we really just met. But to deactivate that crystal, before anything happens with that, we can have our friend here. He can lightly tap it with a hammer. It's not like a normal hammer. I don't know what kind of hammer it is, honestly. Can you explain?
It's a hammer filled with joy. What's there not to get?
Yeah. Anyway, that should fix it, and it won't hurt you.
Well, did it not explode last time? I also thought it exploded.
It just became inert.
Oh, okay. Well,
So what happened last time was, and that was with Nick, is the energy exploded from, it was not in Nick's body, it was in a separate location. And so it exploded, the energy went out, and then you got in the way with the hammer and purified it as it went past you. That was how the situation rolled out.
and it will repeat that will happen again.
Well, you didn't actually get to hit. You've never actually done this. The assumption is if you hit it with your hammer, you will inert the gem and either A, disable it, or B, change the energy type.
Or C, make it explode.
Well, on a critical failure, probably.
Let's
Right.
not do that. Just don't fail. Please,
All right, let's go. Let's do it.
You gotta do this together, or just go swinging.
I think we
no,
should do
we're
this
doing
together.
it together. Nope. Nope. I can't.
Are you guys
Somebody's
gonna
life
hold-
we have in our hands.
You guys gonna hold like you're gonna swing the hammer with me. I get it.
Can I put her into like a dreamlike state to think that it's actually like flowers or something like?
I mean, that's a good idea in general. That
That
way-
would help,
what
right?
if
Doesn't make it easier.
No,
What if I
but
were
she
able-
won't freak out.
what if I
They
could use my wish to help to like pull it out of her a little bit. So not necessarily remove it, but to like extend it out so
You
she
want to
doesn't have
jostle
to
the
necessarily.
bomb?
Okay, fine. When you say it that way,
Do you remember the last time you jostled the bomb? You were inside a violin, trying to play with it.
yeah. I mean, it went okay. I still have all my fingers.
You also brought the evil thing with you, so.
Yeah, well, that was not the best idea, but you know, I was gonna throw it into another dimension.
Well, it all
and I was
worked
told
out,
not to do that. Yeah,
and I was on board with that plan.
thank you, Amos. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I come up
I
with crazy ideas that sometimes at least sound like they're okay on paper. Okay, fine. I don't know. I was just trying to think of a way that we could work the thing out together. Um,
You can assist, like do an assist roll to him with the hammer. Basically, if we do this together, I assume you guys are like, oh, one is you like giving her nice happy thoughts, and another one is like holding her back, right? While the hammer was coming.
okay.
aim, yes.
So instead of playing with the crystal, could I use my magic to create like a buffer around the crystal, so when the hammer hits it, like she at least has that like that pillow of protection that the hammer is not going to strike her, but is only going to strike the crystal.
You don't really have
You know
like
what I mean?
psionic powers though. Yours are like mental powers. I don't know how you would like for buffer exactly.
Okay, I don't know. I just I mean, let me look at the thing again. But yeah, just a thought. Just
You could no no
going through stuff.
you could wish a tranquilizer into existence and like just trank her. Like that's a thing you could do.
Like
That's
laughing gas? Who's going to be the laughing gas?
Yeah.
I'm down.
not you. You
And
don't get to use it.
I will try. I can definitely at least try to put her in like a sleepy, dreamy
Yeah, you could like
state.
hex her. We've done that before.
Not trying to hurt her, just
Right.
trying to make her feel nice. Just go to sleep.
So where we are on the whippets? The laughing gas? Somebody mentioned laughing gas?
might
No,
get
no,
Your sock
no,
size.
no, not. That just seems like more barbaric than hitting her in the chest with a hammer. I don't know why.
Wait, how is it
What
more
if I
barbaric?
literally? What if I?
We're gonna.
I don't know. What if I literally summoned like a round pillow, like a neck pillow
Sure. I'll allow
that
that.
like that would protect her. At least again, at least it would give her that like feeling. It's kind of like a child's blanket. It gives them the feeling of protection, even though it's not really doing anything.
Okay.
The
Because
false sense of security. I get
well,
it.
because we know that the hammer isn't going to hurt her, or at least the
Well,
hammer shouldn't hurt her.
we don't know that for sure, but sure.
Okay. So I will allow this. We could do this together, and what it would be is David would summon like a bed or something soft, and then they would lay them down, and then Claire could do a hex and make her sleepy. Is there anything else that you guys want to do? Oh yeah, and by the way, you might want to ask Eleanor about this before you go into a procedure.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no,
we
that's
no.
totally a
Consent is
conversation.
important. Consent is
Mhm.
super important.
Mhm.
I'm not just gonna put somebody to sleep
Oh yeah, especially
intentionally.
that. I mean,
So-
making a bed is one thing, but like making her fall asleep that's a
Not to
violation.
mention that you would have to roll if it was non-consensual, and it should be consensual.
It
Mhm.
should always
Well,
be
it was the
consensual.
'90s. I don't know about that.
No, stop. You stop.
We're playing a different game, Alex. We're playing a different
Jesus,
game.
dude.
Messed up, dude.
Okay.
But anyway, so
Beyond that.
when am I swinging?
Okay. First of all, who's talking to Eleanor and convincing her?
Probably
Probably
her
Eddie?
friend.
Yeah,
Probably Eddie,
think-
I
that'll
don't know.
be
Eddie.
me.
Okay. So I have a bomb on me and it's going to explode.
No, it's not. It's okay for now, but it's going to continue to gather energy.
It's blinking. She looks at it.
Oh,
Yeah, it is, and we have to deal with it. It's a problem, but it's not a problem right now.
Okay. How do we deal with that?
Oh, we have dealt with this before, unfortunately, and we have experience. My friend here, he has an implement that will cause it to be inert.
Oh, good.
We would like to help you relax though, because it might be a little scary.
What do you mean?
It's a hammer. It looks like a hammer.
It looks like a giant hammer. Just so
Yeah,
you
it
know.
looks like a really big hammer. It won't hurt you, but it might be kind of intimidating.
I'm
So,
gonna be shaking my hammer if I'm within viewing distance.
yeah. So Claire here can help you relax. We'll lay you down. You'll feel very calm. We'll
Okay.
lightly tap that stone and it'll be inert and that'll be it. That'll be done. Don't have to worry about it anymore.
Okay. If basically the options are untested method or have a bomb on them, I guess they're gonna take the untested method. Most people would. Okay. Dean, is there anything you want to try to do here? Like you can go up to a +3. So far there's a +2. Um, anything you want to help with? Oh wait, Dean's healing. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I don't
Derek,
know. I
Derek,
mean, like what last I know, he had like 2 hit points. So
Yeah.
um, he's probably enjoying. Like the ground is probably feels really comfortable
Okay,
for
it
him.
does. It feels warm.
Maybe
Those little
a couple
fish.
more hit points he might decide to sit up, but he's really comfy right now.
Okay, there's like little plants growing around you. There's like little tiny like you'll see ants and stuff, but they're like very calm too, and they're just walking slowly around you. You know, stuff like that, like Disney effects. You know. All right. So I guess it'll be a +2 bonus, and Avis could roll if he wants to swing with a hammer.
Oh, so does anyone wanna help me with my swing?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true. Eddie could
yeah.
help swing. You could want to
Is
like
it
stay.
it's a physical, right?
This is gonna.
Yeah. I mean, this is
Like I've got your back.
Yeah, I assume this is gonna be basically a physical roll,
No,
but
isn't it just let's do this together?
Yeah,
yeah.
which there are
Let's see.
multiple. There's different kinds of like I've got your back. You can do this. Two heads are better than one. Supernatural. That depends on how you roll.
Right. So I'm letting, even though it doesn't make a ton of sense, I'm giving you the I got your back bonus for the other two as well, because they're kind of setting up the spike, right? They're like, okay, one's putting you to sleep, one's putting you on the bed, you know. So they're got your back as well. So you'll have a +3 bonus. Um, if what are you doing, Eddie? You're helping like set up.
I was maybe gonna swing the hammer with him,
Okay.
help steady his strike, so that
Is
it's
this like
so that we're hitting
you have
just
a-
the stone.
Okay. Sounds.
Because it's a big hammer, I'm assuming we
No,
can
no, that's
all
fine. If
dance in
Amos
that.
says that that's cool, and he has a control of the hammer, so if he wants you to help him swing, that's fine. Stability.
you can yeah, help guide it in so we don't miss. All right.
But Amos gets to make the roll.
Oh hell yeah, I got 11.
Oh, okay.
And the +1 from do it together, right?
Oh, and the +1 from ongoing. Well, it's the same
There we
target.
Woohoo! It's a critical, baby.
Oop.
Oh, I get a PowerPoint for
there you do.
Okay, so you guys do like the Penn and Teller act, right? When you're laying down, and you hit the hammer, and you swing the hammer down, and the crystal kind of shatters, like it becomes inert, and then kind of shatters on top of them, and they are fine. They're as fine as they were, and they're still asleep, and at this point, you hear like an announcement kind of sound, and it's today's classes have been canceled due to various like a fire, and they got to clean up things, and so today's classes have been canceled at this point. And you hear Toby basically be like, I think we can call a day on this, guys. I think we're good. you know. And of course the crystal shatters, and she is just laying there. Okay.
She's in her happy place. if you're
She's in a
wondering.
happy place.
Whatever that happy place is.
I still like how the threat of like rolling 2 ones and be like,
And we kill her. Oops. Well, now the game's gonna turn into
Honestly,
running away.
honestly, I was rooting for it.
just... that would have been awful. The game ends. Congratulations. All right. So yeah, we're gonna end on a high note. They're fine. Okay. Whatever they should decide to choose to be after this, we'll figure that out. But school is canceled for the rest of the day due to damage to the school, and various other reasons. So school is canceled. So you guys can all go home and rest. And you know what that means? You have time off. You can all fucking spend your experience, and so enjoy that. We can talk.
Yeah.
We could role play out any relaxation stuff next time.
Should we add experience for this session?
No, you'll get that at the beginning of the next one.
You're saying the next episode's a beach episode?
Next episode is going to be the equivalent of, well, at least part of it is going to be like recap and oh, look at the new powers I have.
A filler.
Not a filler. It's more like look at my new power set. Like,
So fun thing, guys. So Claire had the ability to fly for a while. She just hasn't used it. So I'm like, oh, well, I should probably let Brian know that she can fly.
but,
I hope someone's gonna help Dean home.
I mean,
Oh.
now that you're in non-combat time, you're probably going to be healed up in not a short while, and then be able to stand back up again. And the enfeebled status will go away as you get a day's worth of rest. So that'll go away.
So
Yeah,
how
but
much
I
time do we
imagine
have
us
of
all walking
downtime?
away, hugging, hugging, while and then Dean is just crawling back in the bushes.
What did you say, Claire? Sorry.
How much
Yeah.
time of downtime are we gonna have?
I'm gonna at least give like actual days, so you will have actual days of time to like work on yourself.
Okay.
This is what you basically have done is since Phidias has had a major setback because this was one of the ones that was more successful, they're recuperating on their end too. So
That's
you have a few days of rest, and you can confirm that with Tobias basically that it's like it seems like things have settled down for at least for a little bit.
okay. All right.
Unless somebody wants to poke at the other leads they have, which in that case, rest is canceled.
Whatever's happening with the lizard people.
Don't poke at those leads. If you do, I'm not giving you you gotta wait 3 days, unless you want to lose that. That's up to you.
I mean, there's like we also have the entire lead on. We actually know who I have. I know who was in the dream.
Right.
Of we have that. I actually, I mean,
I'm
There's-
just saying.
Yeah,
if
there's
you
the
would-
7 wonders, which are like kind of.
If you
Oh, right.
investigate, you're not resting.
Yes, that's true.
If you want to rest, and learn. If you want to investigate, but you're not going to get to spend your points because you
What
need
is
to like
Oh, sorry. What is today?
today. I'll give you a date. Give me a second. Player facing notes, bottom page.
Wait, but what if I go to the library and just read?
That's fine. That's like you're basically working on yourself.
Yeah, but what if I read investigative stuff?
Then you're not working on yourself. You're working on a case. Let's say
basically, it's like taking a long rest. You can't do anything strenuous.
right. You're trying to better yourself by like resting and learning and stuff, but like mostly just trying to like get better. You're having a training arc. You can't have a training arc and an investigation at the same time.
Oh, yeah, I got a time skip. Got it.
So it is the 17th of October. If we want to, we can kind of like time skip like 3 days when we start and be like, it's the 20th of October and like what day it is,
I mean, like, is it like a Friday? Is it Tuesday?
Wednesday. It is Wednesday, October the
it's
17th,
Wednesday.
1995.
It would probably be cool to talk about how we spend our downtime at least.
Right. Well, that's what I feel like next session is going to be. Is like, how did you spend your 3 days? And hopefully, it doesn't. You're not saying investigating, because then I'm taking away your points again.
So wait, we're coming up on Halloween over here.
You are.
I feel like that can't be a coincidence.
Oh
No,
my god.
no, we know stuff's going down on Halloween, but we'll worry about that later.
That sounds like a problem for future us.
All right.
What's everyone planning for being on Halloween?
A seance.
In character, I'm assuming.
That was Claire in character.
Okay.
All right.
She said it deadpan.
On that note, we will start up next session when we start it up. There's going to be a big gap because of I have an event coming up soon, and then I have another event in New York, so I'm going to be very busy in time wise. So it might be even like next month, let's say.
Okay, that's
All
fair.
right.
But
That's pretty
that
common.
gives us plenty of time to think about what you would do during those 3 days of rest. If you decide to take them, if you don't decide to take them, well, then I'll have to do something about that, one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right.
know I'm definitely going to be taking. One of the things I'm going to be taking is the ability to use my magic out of my form.
Damn
So
it,
that I
that's
can-
also what I was gonna take.
So, like I said, this is a really
Yeah.
good time for a long break because now people can look at powers, they can decide like what they want to do, and not have any pressure on them. So, with
Yeah.
that note, I am good for the night, and I hope you
David,
guys have
you're a
had a
little
good time.
you're
Yep,
a
I
little
gotta go to
too
work
good at
tomorrow morning,
studying.
so
What's up?
Night.
Sorry, Claire. What?
no, I was gonna say I have to go to work tomorrow morning, so I'll talk to you guys next
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Bye.
Have a
night.
good night.
Let's see. Video recording. Why is that not? Good night. Recording stop.